Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the Sideshow. I'm your host, the Nutty One, and I will bring up all of my folks right now. Hardcore Raider, good to see you, brother. And my brother, Raider Ben.
It's good, man.
Yo, what's good with you, bro?
Cheers, guys.
A little under the weather, but I'm all right.
Yeah, I'm fighting this weather bug too. So, but yeah, I figured I'd come chop it up with you guys.
I fucking hate winter, dog. It happens to me every winter, bro. I just get I won't be sick all fucking year, dude. As soon as the weather goes from hot to cold, bro, like I just fucking my body just takes a fucking hit, bro.
Working long hours don't help, man. That shit.
Yeah.
That time change too is a big deal, bro.
Yeah.
That shit kicked my ass this week as well. But
I'll be all right.
I appreciate both you guys. You know what I mean?
I was supposed to work. I was supposed to work, but I hit up my coworker and was like, bro, like, I'm not feeling good. Like, I'll work tomorrow if you can't come in, but if not, can you like switch shifts with me, bro? Like, I'll work your Saturday in 3 weeks. And he was like, yeah, bro, I got you. And I was like, thanks, bro. So I owe him one. So shout out to my guy James from work, man. You know, if anybody from my job sees my show, I'm fucking sick as fuck and pushing through this Raiders shit, man. We got a podcast to put on regardless if I'm sick or not, bro. I gotta push through it, bro.
You're a champ.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it, bro.
I want to say salute to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys. I'm happy. Got good times ahead. So cheers to everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a good
fuck the chat. Fuck you, motherfuckers. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you guys for having me on too. I appreciate it a lot.
Hey, you're always welcome over here, Hardcore.
Appreciate you guys.
What's going on, everybody? What's good, chat? Salute, man.
Yeah.
Popping slimes.
I'm gonna go ahead and feature this background I put together. I mean,
I like that.
Yeah, right.
I like that intro. That Raiders.
Yeah, that's.
I gotta work on.
I think everybody's gotta have. I got that same soundbite on my shit.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
But yeah,
so
fucking,
we got a couple more people on their way, but you know, we're kind of just moving and grooving. We're gonna keep the show going and keep this Reddit content moving. Oh wait, hold on, I got one more in the back. Tim was back there, but something's going on with his okay, his camera and mic ain't working. Does he have an Android? Do you know?
I don't know. You may have to try to reset Raider Tim, try to leave and join back. I know Android's tripping, bro. It says it right there as soon as you log into StreamYard.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. My dog Dirty in the building.
What up, Dirty?
Dirty.
What up?
My dog Pizzo in the building.
There's Pizzo.
Full house. Here we go.
I was cracking lacking with my boy Dirty.
Here come the superstars.
What up, Hardcore? How you doing?
Salute.
What up, Bedford?
That was all. You sure?
You're cracking up. What was that, Dirty?
Oh, no, I was talking to my son.
Okay.
Yeah, talking to my
And
son.
everybody. Salute to everybody in the chat. Everybody pulling up. Much love. Appreciate it.
Salute. Hey, big game coming.
I figured if I was going to stream it to my channel, I should show up, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing all my StreamYards like this too, to where like because I learned how to do what Nate did. You see how his background is, so I don't need OBS anymore.
Yeah, StreamYard now you have all that shit back there.
Yeah,
I'm working on shit.
I'm only gonna use OBS for Black Saturday just because people try to porn bomb me, bro. So I need OBS for that. But other than that, like, I don't really need OBS because, like, if you don't have OBS and you try to put a shield on, you have to leave it up the entire time. As soon as you pull it down, they'll fucking porn bomb you. But on OBS, I can literally just put a box over your fucking box so nobody can see you. So I can just leave you up there all night and you can't do shit to my channel.
Hey, so sorry to ask this live, but where it says stream this to my audience, so if I click that, can I stream it to my
yeah, it'll stream to your channel.
Are you guys okay if I do that?
Yeah,
we don't give a shit.
The more the better, bro. Hell yeah.
Only because you an and one. If you wasn't an and one, I'd be like, fuck no, bro.
Go eat a dick.
For sure.
What episode is this one? Or what are you guys calling it?
It is
What
Raiders
the fuck?
versus Jets.
This is episode. This be episode 1 of the Sideshow, right?
I think I got my
Sideshow,
shit named
Sideshow, yeah,
Sideshow with a nutty one or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, this will be episode 1 of the Sideshow.
Yeah, if we start numbering them, I think this is like number 4, 5, I think.
Yeah.
Let's go put versus Jets.
But fucking I'll fucking crack it off, man. I mean, I don't know if there's much fucking transactions going on. It looks like Colton Miller. I don't know if he missed practice again today, dude, but Colton Miller's shoulder's fucked up.
No, he said AP said he practiced. I watched a little interview with him and he said Colton Miller hit the practice field this afternoon.
Okay, that's good. Because as long as he goes out there and practice, he'll play. He's a tough motherfucker, dude. He played through a fucking torn MCL and ACL in his rookie year, bro. So, I actually got a clip.
I feel like anybody in Silver Black should be able to play through injury. You know what I mean? That's what it is all about. You know what I mean? You should be able to play through injury. I don't give a shit who you are. Especially if
you get paid all that money.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So look, check this out. I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna share the screen real quick. Yeah, that's one of our topics. That's one of our topics, Pizzle. We're gonna talk about it in a second. So look, bro. Look, I'll bring that up, Nate, in the backstage that I just added. Look at the locker room, dog. Look at everybody clapping their hands. Look at Colton Miller in the back on this clip, because everybody's clapping. But pay attention to Colton Miller.
Hold on, I'm on my phone. Does it come up on my phone?
It's in the backstage. Just add it to the show.
No, it's not on my phone. Hold on. I'm loading up my laptop right now. We might have to push this segment back a little bit.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, but it should just be in your backstage as a guest.
I don't think it works like that on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think the phone is different.
Okay.
Yeah, it's restarted.
Okay,
It should be good to go. Give me like 15 minutes.
Yeah, no worries.
My...
Yeah, but pretty much everybody was pretty much clapping and celebrating the win in the locker room, and Colton Miller was just beating on his chest with his other arm like he couldn't clap.
They say, all right.
He couldn't clap, bro. He was just.
He got too many nuts in his laptop. He got too many nuts in his laptop.
Hey, they used to call me Nasty Nate, bro. You know what I mean?
They call him Nutty for a reason.
Let me see if I have an update on the injury report, because I think it looks like we're getting Divine Diablo back, which is good. But at the same time, I wasn't too down from what I saw from Jalen Smith. I thought Jalen Smith played pretty good, bro.
He's solid.
I like Brene better.
You like Brene more than Diablo?
Why?
Nah, than Smith. I like Brene more than I like Smith.
Then Smith. Yeah, I feel you. 100. Because we need to get the young guys reps, bro.
Yeah. Brene was in there doing he was doing his thing.
Colton Miller did not practice today. He missed every single day of practice. He is doubtful. We got Jakob Johnson practiced today from the concussion, so he's questionable. He's probably going to come back. I don't know if that's going to hold our offense back, though, because I feel like when Jakob Johnson's on the field, they know we're going to run the fucking football. But yeah, so Marcus Peters questionable, Colton Miller doubtful, and Jakob Johnson questionable. Everybody else is a go. For the Jets, they listed all their injuries as unspecified, but they do have their starting right tackle, Billy Turner, who's got a broken bone in his hand that's expected to not play in this game. So hopefully the Raiders can take advantage of that matchup with Max Crosby. So
anybody get any word on what happened to Faison?
Faison's been on IR.
That's it then. It's just done.
I don't know if he's on full season IR, but I would think so. I guess because it's either a 4-week IR, an 8-week IR, or an all fucking year IR. You know what I'm saying? He might be on the all year IR unless they have a 12-week IR. I don't know. Salute to the chat, man. Everybody pulling up. Appreciate you guys, man. Much love.
On IR for the first 4 weeks. He didn't clear, and he got put on that 8 weeks. So his season might be over.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Because we're in week 9 now, so
that'd be week 13 before he gets back. So
yeah, if we even see him again.
Yeah. In all honesty, I don't
even again if we see him at all this year. Fuck.
I don't think we need him.
Me neither. I wasn't a huge fan of the signing, bro. I mean, Faison's all right, you know what I'm saying? But like, if we had to rely on Faison being our number 1 corner all year, we're in bad fucking shape, dude.
Yep.
You know
I'd rather Meek be my number 1 than Brandon Faison.
Yep, I agree. 100%.
I just sent you that interview that I watched earlier that he said that he practiced today. So and stuff. But
oh yeah,
you can check it out.
Yeah, that's hella weird because it's on the fucking Raiders website that he didn't practice. That's fucking weird.
But yeah, I watched that. I watched that earlier.
Well, then maybe that's why he's like, because usually when you don't practice all week, usually they'll mark you as out. But the fact that he did not practice all week and that he's doubtful, maybe he got like something in on Friday. If that's what Antonio Pierce said, then I got to believe that over the depth chart. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a reason why the Raiders brought back Brandon Parker, guys. I mean, this might be the reason why. I mean, Colton Miller may have to miss a game.
Please tell me why they brought him back, because I'm still puzzled about that.
They brought him back because he's a solid depth player. He's not a starter by any capacity, but I feel like Brandon Parker could come in if your tackle goes down for a game or two, and he can fill the shoes for a couple of games. Now the entire season, I don't think so, bro. What up, Milk? I mean, Brandon Parker, see, a lot of people give him like a lot of shit, bro, but I don't think Brandon Parker is bad as some people say. Yeah, he has bad games, but I've seen games where Brandon Parker's played extremely well. You know what I mean?
I've seen those games too, but it's just it's the fact that it's so far and few in between.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. He's so inconsistent.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, you'll have a great game this week, disappear for 4 weeks, have a great game, and then disappear again. It's like, well, fuck, bro.
And that goes back
show up or fucking disappear, nigga. God damn.
That goes back to, you know, what I was saying in terms of fucking, you know, I think he's the kind of guy that can come in and help you out for a game or two, you know, if your starter goes down. But other than that, bro, like, nah, he can't be a full 17-game starting tackle in the National Football League. He's not. We tried it, bro. We tried to give it to him, dog, and he wasn't able to capitalize on his opportunity. The Raiders were getting way too much pressure on that right side. His best games, believe it or not, was against Denver. So, I mean, if we have to play against Denver and Colton Miller is hurt, fuck it, throw him in there, dog. Because in his career, statistically, his best games have been against the Broncos. He's held fucking Von Miller to 0 sacks. Fucking Brandon Parker, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I like I said, I like Brandon Parker. I think he can be a good swing tackle for us. He can play on the left side or the right side. If somebody goes down, has to miss, you know, a game or two or miss some snaps, or somebody needs to come off the field, I think he's good for that. And I also think he's good for, you know, an extra offensive lineman. If the Raiders want to go out there and run 6 offensive linemen, you know, then they can bring in Brandon Parker, because I think Justin Herron's still on the team, but
yeah, he was there. I'm thinking about Wagner, Dalton Wagner. Is he?
I like Dalton Wagner. What up, Kev?
You know what I mean?
What
Let's
up,
see what we got.
What up, Richard? What up, T?
No stone left unturned. Let's see what we got back there. Before Parker, at least I know what Parker brings. Let's see what the kid got.
Yeah, I mean, I like Dalton Wagner, bro. And he's a mammoth of a man too, bro. That is a fucking mammoth, dog.
Haran's still there too. I saw him last week.
I like Haran, whatever the fuck his name is. I like him.
I don't like him. I think
I don't like him as a starter, but I like him as like an extra lineman.
his weird technique. I don't like his technique. It's like a humpback kind of a technique. I don't like it.
I like when they bring him in just to be that extra in on the beat. That's it. Other than that, man, sit your ass from the sideline, bro.
I agree, dog. I agree 100%, bro.
I think he's a decent run blocker, but he's definitely not a good pass blocker.
Well, he's a good run. He's really good at both for a short amount of time. He's not. You can't put him in there play after play after play after play and think that he's going to succeed. It's just not. It's going to be like maybe 2 plays in a row where he's good, and you know what I mean. So it's like I said, sit your ass on the bench till we need you.
Yeah, for sure.
You'll be ready to go when we send you out there. Be ready to go. You should be fully energized. You've been sitting on the goddamn bench.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna go a game and we're gonna miss out, on Colton Miller, I mean, I kind of prefer it to be a team like the Jets because the Jets don't have good ends, man. Their fucking defense is good their front 7 is good because of fucking Quinn Williams, bro, and the other defensive tackle they got. And they got 2 really good linebackers, but their ends aren't all that good. You know what I mean? So, I hate to see any of our linemen down against the Jets just because how dominant of a defense they have. But, if he's hurt, bro. And
well, see, that concerns me. If he's hurt, you know what I mean? I feel like Dylan Parham has been continuously making a climb up the ladder next to Colton Miller in between Andre James and Colton Miller. You know what I mean? Now you got to put somebody out there on the outside that he don't trust. You know what I mean? Like he could end up having a bad game just because of the guy next to him.
And I'll give you an example of that, right? So let's go back to Colton Miller's rookie season, man, where Colton Miller was playing lights out, dude, even with the fucking bad knee. And as soon as Kelechi Osemele went down, bro, which was the guy next to him that was kind of, teaching him how to play in the NFL, boom, there he goes down. And what happened? Colton Miller, yeah, he was injured, but Colton Miller looked like a bust. Everybody was like, bro, fuck this dude, bro. But he was playing good in the first 3 games before fucking Kelechi Osemele went down. And then once he lost his guy next to him that wasn't really coaching him up, and plus he was injured. You seen it, bro. It was tough for him. You feel me? But I agree. Like it might be tough for Dylan Parham. Hey, you know what I just realized, Nate? Your shit says 7:30 a.m. up there, Doc.
Raider Ben, who was the offensive lineman? The UDFA that we lost to the Seahawks. That was on our practice squad that we didn't find.
McClendon Curtis or something
Curtis,
like that.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I liked him too, bro. I liked him too. The biggest, in my opinion, the biggest fuck up the Raiders did, which I don't know if it's the biggest. I just didn't like it. We let Sam Webb go, dog. I thought Sam Webb was a fucking playmaker, dude. Like he got burnt, but he's a fucking playmaker. He'd come down and crack your ass. He gets interceptions. Yeah. And we just let him go. Like, see ya, bye.
Well, you got to remember who was making those decisions. You know what I mean? You got to remember who was making those decisions.
Destroying this team, dog. What up, Arm and Hammered?
Look, so many stories are starting to come out about that guy now, bro. Like everybody knows I can't stand Brandon Marshall, bro. Like everybody knows that. I can't stand Brandon Marshall. You know what I mean? Even if he's watching, I don't care. I think Brody is a bitch. Yeah, I mean, I think he has bitch tendencies. I won't say he's a bitch, but I think he has bitch tendencies in the way he goes about. No. Bitch tendencies. The difference between female tendencies and bitch tendencies, bro. You know what I mean? Every female ain't a bitch and every bitch ain't a female. So, you know what I mean? So for me, I just feel like he's got bitch tendencies, bro. You know what I mean? You even look at the way he conducts himself in business. You look at the way he runs his mouth. You look at how he talks about people, right? But the one thing I can say is he was fucking 100% correct about McDaniels.
Yeah. And I was the biggest advocate.
Raphael, man, did you come in here with an Android?
Full of shit.
Tim, you got to get a mute button, or you have like.
What up, Rocha?
I got you.
Hold on. Raphael, are you on an Android?
That's not Raphael. That's Raider Tim.
Is that Raider Tim? He looked like Raphael.
He does kind of look like Raphael. Are you on an Android, Tim?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
You need headphones.
Android having issues right now with StreamYard. You got to
Echo,
get
bro.
headphones or you're echoing hella bad.
Yeah.
Unless you got
StreamYard
like
got
a
hacked.
laptop or something.
Close your tab out. The one before.
No, he's got to
No,
have
it don't
headphones.
matter. It don't matter.
Don't matter.
I was on a stream this morning with LL and he has a fucking
Bug it.
Samsung
StreamYard
Galaxy
tells you if you have an
1000.
Android phone, you have to have headphones or it will echo. It is something. It's a bug in their system. So if you have an Android, you have to have headphones.
Oh, Sam
I
Webb
don't
is
know.
back on our practice squad, Sean Johnson. That's why I need Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter of Raider Nation in the chat at all times. I did not know that. I thought he got signed off of our practice squad by Seattle.
No, that was the lineman that got signed.
Oh, the
Webb
Lions?
got signed. Webb got signed after we released him, and then he was released by Seattle. He didn't get signed from us. We actually let him go.
No,
And
he
he
got
got
signed
signed
off
to-
of our practice squad.
Nah, wasn't that McClendon that got? I don't even
It
think
was
Sam Webb
McClendon
made it.
and Sam Webb, both of them.
Oh, both of them.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like Sam Webb still is on the team.
You sure
Okay.
it wasn't Hall?
That's good because I like him, dude.
Do we still have
don't-
Hall?
Hall's still
Yeah,
here.
we have Tyler Hall still too. He's on the active roster, but you know what's crazy is ever since he's been on the active roster, I don't even think he's got any snaps.
He's hurt.
These dogs are going crazy.
Oh, he's hurt. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, fuck Josh.
Oh, man, I thought I played that.
I put all that out there, bro, and I mean that to the deepest of my hearts because I fucking try to defend Josh McDaniels, and the entire time that I was defending him, I knew I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I knew it. I had a gut feeling like, dude, I'm so wrong with what I'm fucking saying right now. Like, I know this is full of shit.
Still got it right.
But like I
He's
said,
still
man,
right.
I can't come up here and preach, negativity, man. That's just not me. So I tried to, just vouch for him. Like, yeah, he's gonna get it right. He's gonna get it right. Like, we're gonna be good, nation. Like, just chill. Like, and I was wrong, bro. And that makes me hate that motherfucker even more, dog. Like, I wasn't wrong, but I tried to stick up for that motherfucker.
You was wrong.
I'll be the first to admit that I was wrong.
You was wrong for sticking up for him. You was wrong for sticking up for him.
I just stuck up for him for the same reason I fucking stuck up for fucking Derek Carr. I don't fucking like Derek Carr, but I still stuck up for him.
I ain't never going to apologize for rooting for my team. Don't get me wrong, but I did feel hella stupid. Yeah.
No,
Hey, look.
yeah, exactly.
And I rooted for Carr for years, bro. Like I said, I feel like honestly, bro, I told y'all I would have chose Carr over fucking McDaniels, bro. I'm sorry. As much as it didn't work out, I still would have chose Carr over McDaniels.
I would have chose Mac over Carr.
What up, Raider Roman?
Matt, see, everybody goes to Khalil Mack thing. Khalil Mack did not want to play for John Gruden. He felt disrespected.
I agree.
Yeah.
Dirty had ample opportunity to come in. I agree.
Hey, no. John Gruden had ample opportunities to call Khalil Mack.
Well, they
But
both
introduce
should have gotten to
himself.
that point though, Dirty.
They both.
Should have
Nah,
gotten
it
to that
does.
point. Should have been.
He called. Hey,
McKenzie told him
he called Derek Carr. He called Derek Carr.
I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying that Reggie McKenzie
I think
said
you're good now, Raider Tim. You just unmuted. We don't hear no echo, dog. Can you hear us?
They made a trade.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool, yeah.
I'm not saying that it's right.
My bad, bro. You look like Rafa in the distance, man. I apologize.
He does, though. I'm not gonna lie. He does kind of look like Rafa.
You gotta comb your hair, bro.
Exactly, Tony. I wasn't
I'm
sticking
gonna
up.
go
for
get my
McDaniels. I
damn
was
Raider
sticking
hat.
up for the Raiders, but I felt like if I wanted to stick up for the Raiders, I had to stick up for that cocksucking snake in the grass motherfucker as much as I didn't want to do it.
I was sticking up for the Raiders by dogging the fuck out of this guy, bro.
I agree. That's what I should have been doing, bro. I should have been bagging his bitch ass, bro. I swear to God, dog, I don't give a fuck. Like, he's the worst coach the Raiders have ever had since I've been a fan of this team, dog.
That echo's still here.
By far. Is it still here?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just really quiet now. Oh, I
talk.
I can deal with it.
That ain't me because I just got StreamYard open.
No, it was Tim.
It was really,
Tim.
really low.
Because soon as Nate muted him, it went away.
This might be Nate because Nate muted himself too.
That's true. I didn't see that.
Hello.
Oh nope, it's Tim because he just unmuted.
Oh.
It's all good, Tim. It's really dim, dog. I'm not sweating off it. You're good. I don't think any of us are sweating off it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all good.
Nah, I just got a hell of a voice that carries. And I got
You're like the
headphones,
only-
so it plays right back into my other ear as I'm talking.
Yeah, your
I
voice
hear it.
is really loud.
I hear it.
That sucks. Yeah, I feel bad.
That's that deep man voice. That's that grown man voice.
Hey, Tim, just unmute every time you talk, bro.
Yeah, exactly, Tim. So whenever you want to talk, just unmute. So then we know you're gonna talk. So then we don't talk. So whenever you want to chime in, feel free. Or like we be rambling sometimes, bro. So whenever you want to talk, as soon as I see your unmute button, I know to shut the fuck up, dog.
It's like double dutch. You just gotta jump in.
I think
Yeah.
to make Daniel's experience to work out, it just got to a point where, like I had hesitation probably before some of the others, but I mean, I do think it takes a real man to admit, like, hey, dude, we were wrong. Like I was wrong at the get go. I thought it was going to be a good fit, but at the end of it just wasn't. And there's certain reasons why I made that decision where I stood, but at the end of the day, kind of where I was at with it is like, I just want what's best for the Raiders to win a championship, and I just don't think that was the right guy to take us to the promised land.
I agree. Me too.
The sooner we can get the answer, the sooner we can move on to bigger, better, brighter things, and hopefully get some unity back. And you know what I mean? We're all hopefully moving forward to someone that's actually a Raider that loves the Raiders, that's fucking yelling Raiders. You know what I'm saying? So
I wish I had my show still from my other channel, bro, so I could pull up the footage of me being against this guy in the fucking first place. When I
was against him. I think we were doing the podcast and we got McDaniels. I didn't want that motherfucker neither, bro.
I was dead set against this dude, bro.
We're like, no, anybody but this cocksucker, dog.
You can see it.
Hey, Dirty this offseason, you were pretty positive, though.
No, this offseason I said I would do the fans a favor and take a break and reassess.
You also said you would give him 7 games. That's about what he got.
That's what he got. That's what he got. Over here.
You got to week 7, 8 up out of that thing. Get your bitch ass on up out of here. You didn't have to tell anybody how he was gone.
Bro, everybody's like, no, we're not going to fire the coach in the middle. If we're not at a winning record by fucking week 8, yes, we are.
Yeah,
yes, we are.
Especially when we look the way we do. Like, dude, there's no excuse for us to be looking like that. And I don't think I've ever seen Devontae Adams in Green Bay ever slam his helmet. Ever.
Our first half of our season was supposed to be the easier half of the season.
Yeah, we were the dead right team, Brody.
That was go ahead, Tim. Go ahead, Tim. I see you on mute.
I like that Davis cut that check and said, "Get the fuck out." Cut McDaniels that $45 million check and said, "Get out." You didn't want to pay him year after year.
Dog. I fucking hate Mark Davis, dog, but I give him a little bit of respect. He kind of got on Benther's side a little bit when he did that.
Hey, that took some balls, man. It really did. I know Raider Nation was all over him, like, to do it, but yeah.
Fucking, you know what's crazy is that I didn't think I didn't think they were gonna fire him mid-season. I thought they would wait till the end of the season, like most teams do. But let's be real, guys. It was just a couple of years ago where, you feel me, John Gruden got canceled. And what were we, 4-5, 4 and we were, I think, pretty sure we had a negative record, like right around where we're at now.
No,
and the Raiders had to win like 4 out of their last 5, 5 out of their last 6 or something like that to make the playoffs. The Raiders did it. And it's because it was a coach that all these players love. Like, I didn't like Versace. I don't think he's head coach material. Now, Pierce, a different story. I think he is. But he's like, fuck it. He got insight from all the players. They all loved Antonio Pierce. They want to ride for him. Last time Mark Davis was like, well, fuck, last time we had a coach like that, fucking the Raiders, we were able to do it. You feel me? And
he just got energy that nobody else has got, that we haven't had.
Yeah,
in a long time.
You can't continue to sit there and let the Raiders look the way they look, because like, you're losing your fan base, dude. Like, Mark Davis was losing his fan base, dude. Like,
not just losing his fan base,
week after week.
Nobody's buying gear.
Like, I'm not watching this no more. You feel me? I remember as soon as we got motherfucking Josh
The
McDaniels,
TV
bro.
rating
There
was
was
so
Raider
bad,
fans
Diego
that have been
wasn't
Raider
even
fans
on
for 50
TV
years that
last
said, I'm
week.
not going to be a Raider fan no more because of this shit. So,
You know, I mean, when the TV isn't on local TV, dude, when the game ain't on local TV and I'm more than 50 miles away, there's a problem. You know, that means that nobody wants to watch the game. That's what TV's thinking. Like, hey, you know, nobody wants to watch these two play, but it actually turned out to be a decent game.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's why they weren't going to. I think once Josh McDaniels got fired, they're like, bro, we got to leave the Raiders on national TV. Like, we got to see what they got now. You know what I mean? And all honesty, dude, they're not going to want to take our primetime games away. You want to know why they're not going to flex us out? Because the Super Bowl is in Allegiant Stadium. They're going to try to showcase that stadium to the country as much as they can.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be like, oh, look, you can come to the Super Bowl in Vegas, and we got a club, like a club, dog, with a bartender and all kinds of shit in the end zone. Like, Mark Davis knows he's about to get paid fat. That's probably why he said, fuck that $90 million for getting rid of these motherfuckers, because I'm probably going to make $1 billion when the Super Bowl comes to Las Vegas, so I don't give a fuck. You feel me?
They about to pay buku cash. It's already 60,000 to get in, bro.
Yeah,
60,000.
You can sit in section 400. It's going to cost you like 20 racks, bro, to sit at the top, dog. Like, if you want to sit in that Wynn Stadium in the Super Bowl, you're probably paying 10 or 20 bands at least for one person.
It's about 10 grand for nosebleed, nigga. Last seat, bro. Last seat.
I didn't know that.
The last row.
A lot of money, dog.
10 G's.
They're like can't sit here. Seats taken.
Dude, I sat in section 400. It's not a horrible section. It's not a 400. Not a bad section. I don't really mind sitting on top. Now, SoFi guys, when we were in LA, I kind of felt bad for y'all because SoFi Stadium, that shit's way the fuck up there, bro. I'm looking up like, god damn, dog. Like, if you look at the top row at Allegiant and you look at the top row of SoFi, dog, it's way different. Like, the top row of Allegiant ain't that high. You know what I'm saying? It's low.
It ain't that steep.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Oakland when I was in section 333. I was at the top, bro, but like I had a perfect fucking view of the stadium. Would it be cool to sit on the sidelines and see the players up close and personal? Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that, bro. I'm trying to go to the game. If I can't afford that, I can't afford that. I'm going to sit at the top. I don't give a fuck. I don't know about SoFi though, bro. That motherfucker looked like Mount Davis at the top, boy. Like, that shit was scary.
I don't know. People always want to sit on the side and shit, bro. I love sitting at the top behind the motherfucking goalpost, bro. I can see the whole field, and I ain't got to do shit but look forward.
I like to sit at like an angle, bro, to where like I'm not straight, but like I'm at an angle to where I can see, you know, parallel straight across.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I just like it's just easy for me.
Are you on your laptop now?
Yeah. I just got my laptop right now.
Add that clip in the background.
Yep. Let me shut this shit down. Set it up.
La 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 means fuck you.
There's really no bad seats in Allegiant.
Huh?
What is that? Oh, this is it. Let me see. No, I save it. I save it.
No, add it to the show.
It's asking me to save it. What the fuck is that? Okay, add save. Okay.
There you go. Look at Colton Miller. Look at Colton Miller. Look at Colton Miller behind Josh Jacobs. That's that right shoulder that's fucked up. He can't clap.
Yep.
He can't raise his arm up, dude. So that's what
I don't need you on the field if you can't lift that arm, bro. I don't need you on the field, man. Take care of yourself. Come back when you're ready. I don't need no excuses.
That's an inside move.
On here too.
Look
at
that's an inside move all day.
That's Tyree Wilson against one of the best left tackles in football, dude. He just destroyed him, dog. That dude's definitely getting better, dog, and we need it. And he beat him with just pure athleticism. He just put his arm down and with his length and pushed
He's wrong, dog.
Him like get out of the way, dog.
I read today that Illuminor might be left tackle on Sunday.
Yeah, they might look at this is fucking Max Crosby smoking some gas on the motherfucking Raiders report. Got a big backwood in his mouth. Look at him, bro. Look, watch. If anybody smokes tree, dog, you know this is not a cigar, dog. Look.
Watching that game, it looked like it was a totally different energy on both sides.
Look
AP,
at
because watching
that ain't no fucking cigar. Who smokes a cigar like that, bro? That's a wood. Big gas.
That's funny.
I mean, am I right? Like everybody who smokes weed, like that's not a cigar, dog. Cigars are.
Hey, I'm gonna say it's a cigar for the single purpose that I don't need the NFL making any any indentations.
That is a fact.
Yeah. Random drug tests. Yeah.
What up? Like,
That's a lot of shit.
That was a Royal Blue Band cigar from Texas. I don't know, but it was not no herb, NFL.
This was a comment from Tom Coughlin on Raiders choosing Pierce as the head coach. He said players like him because he says it like it is. He doesn't mince words, and he will help you be the very best that you can be. And Tom Coughlin was the head coach when they won. I think they won 2 Super Bowls under Coughlin, and one of them was when fucking you feel me? The Patriots went like 17-0.
Well, did you see Justin Tuck? He gave all the credit to his whole career to pretty much Antonio Pierce. Every time he turned around,
Pierce was a dog, bro. Look, dog, look at this NFL midseason all-pro team, dog. They got Nick Bosa and Myles Garrett over Max Crosby, bro. Nick Bosa's got 3 sacks the entire year. He's got less than 15 pressures. Max Crosby has 9.5 sacks. Leads the league.
That's what happens when you go into the office sucking dick, bro.
I agree.
Nick Bosa got that money and is running.
Let me see if I have anything else here to show you.
And he ain't did shit. He ain't did shit in 3 years, bro.
Let's see. So the Raiders and the Jets have only played each other 2 times on Sunday Night Football, and the Raiders have won both of those games, 47-10 on October 1st of '95 in New York or New Jersey, and then 31-7 on December 10th, 2000 in Oakland. So we've never lost to the Jets on Sunday Night Football. So yeah, that's it. I think that's all I got.
We should go back to some of the old footage of Joe Namath back in the day. They would chase him around and sack him even after he threw the ball.
Bro, they showed fucking they posted a thing on NFL. On NFL, they're like, who's the first player you think of when you think of the Jets? And I fucking posted the gif of Mark Sanchez fucking running into the ass of his center, bro. I was like, that's who I think of when I think of the Jets, the butt fumble.
Yeah, but all the older guys think of Joe Namath.
If you look at if you look at Myles Garrett's stats compared to Max Crosby's stats, dog, it's not even close, bro. Like the only thing Myles Garrett has on him, dog, is the fact that he's tied in the league with sacks. Like Max Crosby has more tackles. He has more tackles for loss. He has more pressures. He's got more forced fumbles. Like the only thing that Myles Garrett has done this year outside of, you know, what he's known as a pass rusher is that he fucking jumped over that center and blocked a field goal this year. But other than that, bro, like,
well, and he ain't a Raider.
I've seen Max Crosby block field goals too. I've seen Max Crosby jump over the pile on a quarterback sneak and stuff a motherfucker for a yard. You know what I'm saying? Behind the line of scrimmage, motherfucker's losing a yard. You know,
who was the Jet that went and ate a hot dog like at halftime or on the sidelines or some shit when they were whooping her ass? Was that Sanchez?
That was Sanchez too.
Yeah. No, was that Sanchez?
Yeah, it was.
I remember. I was at that game. Yeah, I recorded a fight
was.
at that game that had like 500,000 views on YouTube on that shit.
Yeah, it was him.
That was like my first ever viral video. I posted a fight at the Bart Stadium, bro, and they had like 500,000 views on it. Facts. Wild Turkey. He said, "Yep, the butt fumble was the only thing that I remember outside of Joe Namath." That's a fact, Doug.
Shit, was it the Jets? Then we faced them in like the AFC Championship going into.
Yep.
What you doing with the annoying Charger girl up there, man?
Yep. I think the year we went to the Super Bowl, we played them in the AFC Championship.
We played them, and then Tennessee was the AFC Championship game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, divisional. Yep. Was the Jets game the one where they had Metallica at the Oakland?
That was the Tennessee game.
Oh, that was Tennessee game?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I was there for both those games.
Were you? Damn.
Yeah, I had season tickets at that time.
I was in Cali, but I was working during the back then.
Yeah, I remember that game, Cool Kev, where Sanchez, they were beating the fuck out of us, and he was eating that hot dog on the sideline. That shit pissed me off. But it's all right, though. Mark Sanchez ain't never did shit. That motherfucker went to... Didn't the Jets go to the AFC Championship game?
Yes, they did.
Who'd they lose to that year? The Patriots?
Yeah, New England, yep.
Because I remember they beat the fuck out the Chargers, bro, and I think in the divisional round. And I think that was the year that the Chargers had the number 1 ranked offense and the number 1 ranked defense, dog. And they still they still didn't go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's
we lost
that
to
was
the Ravens.
One, yep.
They went on to win the Super Bowl, and then we lost to the Patriots, and then they went on to win the Super Bowl.
Man, that shit comments ain't working. My
computer just bugged out.
That's what happens when you look up too much nuts on your computer, dog. Fucks it up.
Shut the fuck up.
We won 3 in a row.
You need to clear your history. You need to clear your browser out. Go ahead.
Bro, it's like 7 years old. I don't even be fucking with my laptop.
No,
I don't want to hear that shit.
My computer was running slow too, Doug. I found a YouTube video from that I watched like 2 years ago. The last time I cleaned out from my computer, it was at like 98% usage. And then I watched the YouTube video and did what he told me, bro. My shit dropped all the way down to like 65. So I'll send you the video, bro, and you just follow it, bro. It'll clear out a lot of the bullshit in your computer.
Yeah.
I'm not computer smart at all, bro. Like all my computer, everything in my computer is so unorganized, bro. So like I have trouble finding shit that I saved. Instead of creating folders and shit, bro. My shit's all fucked up, dog.
Bro, I save everything to thumb drives, man, or hard. You know, I don't save anything into the computer anymore.
That's what I do too. I have a 4 terabyte external hard drive that everything is saved to outside of the programs on my computer. You know what I mean? Like OBS is on my computer.
Yeah, all the basic stuff is in the computer.
Conquer, that's on my computer, like my games and shit. Rather than that, I don't have nothing on.
But like my files and pictures and shit like that, and things that I create, backgrounds, all of that, bro, all that shit's on an external hard drive or thumb drive.
Yeah. But my shit's still hella unorganized, even on my motherfucking thumb drive. Though I plug that bitch in, it's like, I know I have this picture somewhere, so I'm scrolling through like 20 different files, bro. Like I gotta one day.
Well, see, each one of my thumb drives say like cars, or they say Raiders. You know what I mean? YouTube. Like all my thumb drives are labeled. So when I'm saving something, I pick up that thumb drive, I click that bitch in, and then so that's how. Because I was like you, bro. I was just saving everything, and I was like, fuck this. One day I just loaded my shit in and took it out to certain different thumb drives to get to this one, this one, this one, this one. Now I know what's on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 1 4 terabyte external. That thumb drive shit, I need to get some of those too, but fucking I use so much equipment, dude, that like all my USB ports are used on my computer. I got my thumb drive, I got 2 cameras, I got my fucking
Oh yeah, I got that strip for extra ports. I got like the strip. It got like 9 extra ports.
Gotta get one of those.
Yeah, it's got like 9 extra ports, so I can just push a button to turn each one on and off. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I need one of those.
You gotta have one of those, man. It just makes everything that much easier, simpler. You know what I mean? So. And you just tape it to the side. You know what I mean? It's some of that double-sided sticky tape. You just stick it to the side of your computer. You just put your wires in.
So CT said his sink broke and it's fucking leaking water everywhere, so he's not gonna be here tonight. He said he'll try to pull up tomorrow. So CT, hopefully you get your motherfucking sink fixed, motherfucker.
Go outside, turn the water off.
Yep.
Drip, drip,
Go turn your main water off for sure.
Yeah, go turn off turn it off from if you can turn it off from the wall. You ain't got to go outside and shut off all the water. You know what I mean? You just got to shut off the water that's leading up to your sink. Then run your ass to Home Depot. They're still open till 10 o'clock. Get you a new sink and install that, and that should only take you about an hour and a half total.
I hate plumbing too, Tony. I fucking had plumbing issues when I very first bought my house, bro. It's fucking a pain in the ass, dog. When I buy a house, it's like, fuck, I kind of wish I would have been in a trade like an electrician or a contractor or something, dog. Because I wouldn't have to do shit like now. Everything I do around my house, I just YouTube it. What up, Raider Room? Salute, boy. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, Charles wants us to get back on.
We haven't got to the game yet, Charles. We kind of try to touch bases on a lot of shit before we get to this week's game.
We're headed into the game now in a little bit.
I know Spillane. You guys hear fucking Spillane had fucking broke his hand against the fucking against the Lions, bro, and then taped his shit back up and then went back out there, then had surgery after the game and then went and played almost every single snap against the Giants. So that dude's a beast, bro. That dude, he's one of those guys that epitomizes what it means to be a Raider, bro. Like that was like so very Max Crosby-ish, right? You guys remember when Max Crosby's rookie season went out there in the preseason and broke his hand, went right to the sideline, had that bitch taped up and went right back in the game.
Yep.
Gotta respect people like that, man. I mean, that goes back to what Dirty was saying earlier, right? Like Colt Miller's got a bad shoulder. Like these motherfuckers, they get paid a lot of money to play through that shit. You know what I mean? Do I want?
Yeah, but if he can't lift this shit, I ain't even mad at him for sitting out.
Yeah, it's a liability at that point.
Yeah,
that's the blind side of Aiden. We can't have the blind side of be a liability.
I can't have nobody on the offensive line that can't lift their arms.
No.
Yeah.
How the fuck you supposed to block?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we got to give a lot of credit to fucking Spillane, bro, because we were worried about getting rid of fucking Perryman. We're like, oh fuck, we're getting rid of Perryman. And
I'm still mad at that.
This dude has lived up to it.
So speaking of,
I don't give a shit what you say. I'm still mad at that.
Like the biggest surprise player on our team. Like, do you guys have any at this point in the season, any guys you would look towards for that? Because I kind of would.
Biggest surprise to y'all or biggest surprise to me?
Well, I mean, if
your
you want
own
to speak for
personal
me, you can.
perspective.
But no, I mean,
He said, "You want to speak for me, you can."
No, I just think that like I'm with Raider Ben, dude. Spillane was one of those guys going into the season. I didn't expect too much from him. I didn't think he was going to be able to cover wide receivers. What does he have, like 2 interceptions or something?
Yeah.
So he's been a nice bright spot, dude. I'm
gonna
say he's probably my biggest surprise.
I want to say for me it's Amik Robertson by far.
I knew it. Gonna be somebody.
You know who my biggest surprise was, dog? Like I knew he would be solid for us, but I didn't think he was gonna be this good. It was Jacoby Myers, bro. That dude is a good fucking wide receiver, bro, and he's extremely young. Like the Raiders got them a good 1-2 punch at wide receiver for a long time. So
biggest surprise for me. Mark Davis firing
Dirty since he was going to pick for me. Dirty's going to pick Jimmy G.
No,
I got one.
I'm actually have to go with Mark Davis firing Josh McDaniels.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm gonna go with John Jenkins.
Go fuck yourself.
John Jenkins doing the damn thing. Nobody, including me, I thought he was just going to be a practice kind of squad kind of body, and he emerged to be a solid defensive tackle. He does a lot of dirty work. Not a lot of stats, but you can see he definitely affects some chaos back there. So I appreciate John Jenkins big time.
That's a good one.
Nah, Jimmy G's not a shock to me. He's exactly what I told you he'd be on the fucking bench.
Yeah,
by this time of the season.
Now y'all see why when I did my fucking reaction to when we got Jimmy G, y'all see why I was so livid about it. You know what I'm saying?
Broke back Jimmy. No, I was just fucking with you dirty a little bit.
I know. You good. I'm just saying, I told you he is what he is, bro. He's not going to be anything different. He is what he is. So, and that's a broken quarterback. He's broken.
This room was good, dog.
See, so I would say Spillane has been a surprise, but in honesty, he hasn't for me because I knew coming in Spillane was a downhill linebacker that was a tackle machine. I knew that already. Mm-hmm. The one thing that has surprised me is how good he's been in coverage this year. He's really good. He's in the top, echelon of fucking linebackers, like top 15 linebackers in terms of pass coverage. And he's got some of the most I think he's up there in terms of most interceptions by linebackers as well, with 2 of them already. So that's a surprise for me. But the fact that he's has 70 something tackles through 8 games and all that shit, that's no surprise to me because I knew that's what we were going to get out of him, Doug.
The surprise for me on defense has got to be, probably Trayvon Merritt. I mean, if I'm being honest, it's got to be Trayvon Merritt. He's playing a lot better than we thought he would. So for me, that's probably the biggest surprise on defense. As far as linebackers, they're playing exactly how I told you they play once they got a hold of the system and it got simplified. You know what I mean? Like, this is a good linebacking core, especially being led by, Robert Spillane. I watched this tape when we went and got him. I said, let me sit back and let me see what they saw. You know what I mean? Now I'll give it to Ziegler. He brought in some good talent. It's just unfortunately he hired the wrong man to lead it. You know what I mean? And it ended up costing him his job as well because, we brought him in on the strength of your word. So anything you say past this, we can't trust. This was as bad as it gets. You thought you could control him, and unfortunately, you couldn't. You found out his ego was way bigger than you thought it was. So when you start shipping players out because you think your wife want to fuck them, you got a problem, bro. You got a problem, bro.
What about biggest disappointment? You guys want to do that one? That might be interesting.
Yeah.
Biggest disappointment.
I think that Aiden O'Connell's probably going to be my pick for right now for being the best for seeing what's going on for the best surprise player.
Nice.
I'm gonna say Devontae Adams only because I have him on fantasy and I'm not putting up no goddamn points with him, bro, and I refuse to bench him. Like,
what up, Dubai Raider?
If I'm being 100, man, I'm real mad about this shit, bro.
The biggest disappointment for me is the reason why the Raiders have lost more games than we should have this year. It's because Josh Jacobs hasn't been able to get rolling. I never thought Josh Jacobs was going to be playing the way he's playing this year. Like, you come off a lead, you led the league in rushing, and then you have a negative game rushing. Like, you're the first player in NFL history to ever have that happen. You know what I mean? Yeah, he looked good against the Giants. It looks like he might start getting his wind back and shit, but he's the biggest disappointment, bro. Because if we would have got 98 yards or 100 yards rushing in a lot of these games that we played this year before the Giants, we would have won a lot more games.
Man, you don't see what they were doing?
All right, well,
they were trying to ruin his year to devalue his next contract.
I agree with that right there. So I was going to pick Jacobs, but really, I'm going to pick the entire offensive line. They took such a huge step back.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
I mean, you can't just target. I mean, you could go maybe Jermaine Illuminor, but, Jacobs getting hit before he can even get past the line of scrimmage. So a lot of times, but Jacobs is a disappointment because I was really hyped up on him and I thought he'd be doing a lot better. I think he's going to get it turned around, but
I'm not disappointed in Josh because I think Josh went out there and handled it like a G. He saw what was taking place. He still went out there. He still tried to get what he could get. He just wasn't giving it his all. I think the Giants was the first time you actually seen him give it his all. He saw what they was trying to do. They was trying to devalue his contract for next season.
Absolutely.
I don't blame him for handling it the way he did, but I know when he came out last week, that boy was full of energy, fire, and ready to go. So, I expect big from him now because now he knows when he has to negotiate that contract next year, if it's with Champ Kelly, he knows, they believe in me. They're going to give me the paper. You know what I mean? Because they doing what they need to do now with the ball. I mean, it's only one game. We have to, take it with a grain of salt. It is just one game, but yet and still, best game for the whole team all year long.
Well, and
it took week 9 to get there.
Well, and Mark Davis, I feel like, chose the players over the coach by getting rid of McDaniels and Ziegler. So hopefully Mark Davis pushes them to keep Jacobs, because I'd like for him to stay a Raider.
I think that was the final straw because they was trying to try Josh Jacobs.
Oh, yeah.
And Mark was like, nah, bro. Y'all out of here.
We've seen Zamir White. He's not him. Yeah.
None of them running backs behind him or him.
Motherfucker, I told y'all Zamir White wasn't him fucking after one preseason game. I was like, yep, this dude's trash. Everybody was getting on me about it too. Nah, bro, that's Zeus. He's the future. I'm like, dude, he is dog shit, bro. This dude would run into a light pole in the middle of the desert, bro. Like
I wasn't hyped when we drafted him, so
yeah.
No,
I wish you could go back and watch that. I wasn't hyped when we drafted him, bro.
Like, we're like, get rid of Jacobs and promote Zamir White, and that's just crazy talk.
Wow. Marcus Peters, that's another one. There's a number of players I could say. Marcus Peters definitely one of them. I guess you kind of expected it. Hate to say it, but he was so old
exactly. That's why
he would probably be a disappointment to me too, because I had high hopes for him.
Yeah, because he was a town boy, and it was, supposed to bring that Raiders.
I had high hopes for Marcus Peters. I ain't gonna lie. I had high hopes for Marcus Peters.
I didn't like the signing, but
I still think the kid can. My only issue is, bro, you could have 6 interceptions, 5 or 6 interceptions right now. You dropped 4.
Yeah, like was it 3 right in his hands? Like at least 3.
Yeah.
Like,
playing hot potato with the football. Fucking, what are you doing, bro?
I think at this point of his career, I think he'd make a better safety than a corner going forward.
Yep, he might have a point. Yep.
He might have a point, but he's got to catch the ball.
Yeah, that's why they play defense.
No, you can't say that with Marcus Peters. Some of the best hands.
Marcus Peters has like the most interceptions since he's been in the league.
He has the best hands at defensive back. Like it is, so no. If you can't catch the ball, you just can't catch the ball no more. It's over.
He is getting old. You know what I mean? It's not like he's 28, 27, 25. I mean, he's like, what, 32 years old, 31?
If he was going to transition to safety, it would have been this year. Because this is around that time if he wants to continue to play.
This might be his last year in the NFL. He might retire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's no safety. I don't see any safety in his future.
Chandler Jones set the tone for the season.
He can't tackle. Why the fuck would you want him at safety? He don't tackle nobody. You're going to put your arm out as a safety, then give up a 75-yard
Well, if he could still catch, you know what I mean, then you put him back there for those, hopefully interceptions, play the ball type thing, but if he can't catch anymore.
What about Tim? What's your biggest disappointment, man? I don't think you gave your take.
I would say my biggest disappointment, man, that's a good question. I would say, I mean, like you guys were saying, or a couple of you guys were saying, was probably Jacobs, because I mean, he was, I think now he's finally got his wind, and I think he's gonna get going here, because it looked like the first few weeks he looked like he was really out of shape.
Well, let's be honest. The box was loaded. The box was fucking. They were selling out to stop the run. Everything they're throwing the whole kitchen sink at us for fucking most of the season.
Yeah, because the quarterback couldn't throw.
Exactly. And we finally put a quarterback out there that can threaten the defense, and they have to respect it. So they had to back off, and he looked normal. He looked back to usual self. So it goes back to coaching. You fucking idiot.
It's all gonna circle back to McDaniels.
Yeah,
stupid ass coach and a quarterback that fucking fucked the running game up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. You took a quarterback that he might not have been that great. A lot of people didn't like him, but under you, it was his worst year ever. And then you get fired later into the season. Yeah, I mean, like after you trade him away, bro. I'm just saying, bro.
Well, Derek Carr.
I wish we'd have never got this guy. I just wish we'd have never got the guy.
Derek Carr always tends to struggle his first year in a new system.
Yeah,
So,
but never that bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Never that bad.
Yeah, outside of his rookie year, that was his worst career year he's ever had in terms of complete all-time low completion percentage, fucking the most interceptions he's ever thrown.
Trying to make shit happen.
Or fucking, Josh McDaniels not letting him check in other plays, bro. Forcing that's I'm starting to think that's true, bro, because there's so many people that are just like, oh, well, they told him that this is the play and you're not changing shit. And this is where you're going with the ball, and I don't really care if you like it or not. That's weird, bro. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it is.
Carr wasn't like a Tom Brady type quarterback, that would, or a Rich Gannon that would, push back at his head coach. So he was just like, fuck it, we're just going to do it however you say it. That's why I think Tom Brady was able to deal with McDaniels, because Tom Brady like, bro, fuck you. I'm not doing that. What up, Mike G? You like?
I think that's one of the reasons why you see Derek Carr exploding on the sideline in New Orleans. Truthfully. You know what I mean? Shit from last season spilling over into his mind. He's like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to do this my way, bro. My way seems to win, and you motherfuckers don't want to win. So fuck y'all. Get on my train or get the fuck off.
As much as I didn't like Carr, dog, I'd have took Carr in a heartbeat over Josh McDaniels, bro. Because at least
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Carr tried, bro, and put everything he had to try to make the Raiders great, dog. All Josh McDaniels did was just tear us the fuck apart, bro. Create division, destroy our locker room, trade away all of our talent, overpay players, fucking hold our players back. Like, it was just, ugh. It was just bad, bro. Just bad.
Hey, Paul, you make a point right there, Paul. I kind of agree with that. When we try to force the ball to Adams, it doesn't work out in our favor. And then we kind of just get away from him and use him as a decoy. We win those games, it feels like, right? Yeah, I don't know. What
the team had problems before that. That's why he was asking for the goddamn ball, because we was having problems.
Yeah,
major
well, you're not scoring 20 points per game, or 17, of course he's going to want the route, because he probably thinks he can score 20 points by himself. You know what I'm saying?
Garbage ass quarterback, fucking trying to get him killed out there.
Shit, putting up 12 points a game. You don't think that's a problem?
That pass he threw against the Bills, dog, was almost the breaking point for me, dog. When he fucking almost got Devontae Adams killed, I'm like, dude, you can't be out there no more, bro. Jimmy, I'm sorry, bro. You got to get the fuck off the field. You're over there getting our players killed.
That's what he's known for.
Garoppolo, my bad.
Garoppolo?
Jimmy G's known for that.
I should have said Garoppolo from the start. Yeah. My bad, guys. Sorry.
That's the obvious one, though. I think.
I know. Yeah, I know. He's played his last game as a Raider. I think he's done.
I don't know how you can be disappointed in him, man. That means you have to have high hopes for him.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be honest. I'm surprised nobody chose Chandler Jones. I thought somebody would choose Chandler.
Somebody
Jones.
in the chat.
I
didn't have any expectations for Chandler.
Yeah.
Fuck Chandler Jones.
You would say you would be disappointed if he was actually on the field not producing.
Yeah, last year he was a huge fucking let down, but this year I'm not surprised at all.
And he's exactly where I wanted him to be, off the team.
Off the team. Me too, dog. Me too. Everybody knows how much I hated Chandler Jones. I couldn't stand that motherfucker, bro. I remember it got so bad that fucking Anthony Provencio had called me, I think, and he was like, what would you do if you'd seen Chandler Jones in person? Because everybody knows I hated that motherfucker, dude.
I'm probably going to get my ass whooped, but I'm going to get some in. I'm going to get some in.
And word is he beats up his brother, bro. His brother's the John Jones from the UFC.
That's what I'm saying. I'm probably going to get my ass whooped, but now I'm going to give me some hits, bro. I'm going to give me some goddamn hits.
You might not even be able to
I think in Nutty Raider Nate's chat. He's not in my chat, guys. I think he's in Nate's chat. Or
he'd be like, "Can I get your autograph?"
Chat. Raider Paul knows that a lot of people that come around.
I might have to shoot that nigga.
Doesn't get saved.
I might have to shoot that nigga in his pinky toe.
I think I think we could have won a
As long
Super
as
Bowl
it's
with
below the
Derek Carr,
waist, it's
but
twisted and salt.
I don't think Derek Carr is worth that kind of money, dude. I still don't think he's worth 37, 40 mil. I think a lot of these quarterbacks aren't
Nope.
worth the kind of money they're making, you know? I mean, you could go
Hey,
around
look, he's worth more than that goddamn coach.
I agree,
Yep.
but I'm just saying,
Yep.
like, we needed more talent around Derek Carr, and if we're paying him 37, 40 mil, it's going to take away. I mean, we're eating so much cap space right now, it probably don't matter. It's probably a wash.
Look,
but I'm
you know
just
what's
saying,
ironic? Look at peep this out, hardcore. You know what's funny and ironic about last season? Last season was Derek Carr's worst season ever, right? But
Right.
Devontae Adams' best season by far.
Right, yeah, that is crazy. You're right, yeah. I mean,
It's because fucking Josh McDaniels was like, throw the ball to Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
but we didn't have
because you had a quarterback where you couldn't stack the box. So,
I
yeah,
mean,
you could throw the ball or you could run it. And then you go to the quarterback that
Devontae Adams had the most receptions of over 20 yards last season out of any wide receiver in the NFL. Most of his catches were deep catches, bro.
I'm not even gonna bullshit you. I'm gonna just say it right now, bro. I believe if we would have gave the job to Jim Harbaugh, we'd have been in the playoffs last year and we'd probably be in the playoffs this year too.
Yep. I've been a huge Harbaugh advocate, Doug. I've been
right
wanting
now?
Harbaugh forever.
Do you think that old school coaching style? I mean, I'm all about a hard-nosed coach, you know what I'm saying? But do you think that Harbaugh style is going to work with this modern society?
It would have worked with DC and Devontae Adams and the team that we had. It would have worked with them.
All right.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, you look at Harbaugh. Yeah, he's a hard-nosed coach, but at the same time, he knows football.
Right. Yeah.
He's gonna put you in a winning position. That's his whole goal is to win. And he'll win at all costs. Look at it, what he's going through now, bro. He'll win at all costs, bro.
Harbaugh got his first ever coaching gig was with the Raiders, bro.
So for me, I think that would have been solid, but him and Ziegler didn't get along, and that's why he wasn't given the job, because him and Ziegler had bad blood.
Who?
Harbaugh and Ziegler.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they actually went to dinner before to see if they could work out the issues before McDaniels was given the job. And then they say the dinner didn't go too hot. And then that's when you found out Josh McDaniels was the head coach.
Probably because Harbaugh knew that Ziegler was a fucking phony fake and a fucking piece of shit. He saw right through his bullshit a mile away.
Yeah, they had bad blood.
Hey, Raider Paul, I can tell.
Ziegler or McDaniels, bro. I didn't like either of them, but that's me.
Raider Paul Harbaugh, I can tell you haven't been a fan of the Raiders for very long, dog. As he said, Harbaugh's a cheater. I'm good. Well, you know what the number one rule of the Raiders is, right?
We don't talk about Fight Club.
Cheating is encouraged.
Rule number 2, refer to rule number 1.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, but when you get caught, it's something different. You're getting caught cheating.
Fuck that.
I understand, but what I'm saying,
every single fucking week, bro. The Chiefs have been cheating since Mahomes has been there.
Another thing, getting caught cheating.
hey, look, New England's been caught cheating with Super Bowls. You know what I mean? It is what it is, right? It is. You try to gain a leg up. All I'm saying is that's the kind of coach that I want, bro. That guy that just wants to win at all costs. He doesn't really care how he gets the dub. If he's got to listen to his quarterback, then he's going to listen to his quarterback. If he's got to take the reins and do this, then he's going to do this. That's the type of coach I want. I don't want an egotistical maniac who wants everything done his fucking way and his way only.
But do you think Harbaugh's like that maybe though, bro? I mean,
nah, I think Harbaugh is completely different, bro. You look at how, you know what I mean? He cares about the players. That he does what he does for the players to have success.
Harbaugh will
give I mean?
Everybody at the 49ers organization hated that guy by the time he left. Everybody hated him.
I don't know, man. I've been asking myself this question, like if this coach does that we have now, if Antonio Pierce does well, do we keep him or do they try to keep Harbaugh?
He has to go 7-2 to keep his job.
And like the way I'm feeling, dude, is like we keep this guy. He's a homegrown Raider.
Yeah, you
Even
keep
he
him.
doesn't know everything right now. I think he can figure it out, and he's going to be able to relate with these players a lot more than some of these older guys. You know, as much as I loved Gruden, questionable play calling at times, obviously, but Harbaugh, I think we're going to deal with some of the same issues with some of the cats on our team, where it just may not be the best fit. You know.
I'm not saying now. That's not what I'm not saying now. I'm saying then.
Well, I'm saying in the
not
offseason.
now.
It's
No,
a
no.
tough question that we're gonna have to answer. You know, if we keep AP or we move on.
I
Right
take
now,
Deion Sanders over Jim Harbaugh right now.
Yeah, I said that.
I wouldn't. I'm not a big fan of Deion Sanders. I don't think he's an NFL head coach.
I think he's
I don't think he's
perfect
a
for
Raider,
the
dude. I
Vegas.
mean, straight up.
I think he's perfect for the Vegas image that we got going on out there.
Oh,
Kind of
yeah. I mean, yeah,
all
but I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
that don't matter if you can't win, though. That shit
He
don't
should have
matter.
been a Raider, bro. He should have been a Raider. His last contract should have been a Raider.
Yeah, he
but,
got fucked over. I
yeah,
remember.
something happened.
Yeah.
Pete knows. Pete told me. We talked about it.
Yeah, he did. He get fucked over. I remember he was supposed to come to the Raiders too. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of that whole Buffalo shit they got going on, dog. The whole let's party and bring Future and everybody on the sideline and let's make it like a basket. That's like female shit, bro. Like I'm good. I'll pass on all that shit, dog. Because they're trying to be like a fucking concert football team. Like that team's lame, bro. Like that's why they got their fucking ass punched in the mouth by every team that was competitive that they played against so far. They smacked the fucking shit out of them, bro. They got smacked by USC. They got smacked by Oregon because they're a bunch of soft pussy motherfuckers, bro. Fuck that program. Our dudes are pussy.
No, I wasn't saying I want Deion. I was just saying I'd take Deion over Harbaugh. It's as much as I don't want Harbaugh because I don't think Deion's NFL ready either. You know what I mean? It's a couple years, you know. But I'll take his son at quarterback. I'll tell you that. I will take his son at quarterback.
I want AP to work out wholeheartedly.
I do too, but I'm telling you, he has to go 7-2 to keep his job. I'm sorry, I'm telling you, he has to go 7-2 to keep his job, bro.
I don't think there's 9 games left though. There's only 7 games left. You mean 5-2?
No, 7-2.
We're in what week?
So he's 1-0 now. He's 1-0 now, right?
12 and 6.
Yeah. There's 8 games left.
There's 8 games left. He's 1-0 right now.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So he has to go 7-2 to keep his job.
I think if the Raiders finish anything better than 8 wins, he should keep his job.
I believe the guy should keep his job. Point blank. I want him to keep his job. But I'm telling you how the NFL works. In order for him to keep his job, he has to go 7-2. He has to get the Raiders to the playoffs. He has to mirror exactly what Rich Bisaccia did.
Hold on, Dirty. If Mark Davis is listening to his players, they might have something to say about that.
They may have something to say about it. Yes, you're right. He doesn't want to make the same mistake, right? But I'm telling you, if they go 7-2 and make the playoffs, do you understand the hype that will come out of that locker room for this man to keep his job?
Hell yeah.
That's why I'm telling you, 7-2 is the mark. Actually, playoffs is the mark.
That guarantees
playoffs is the mark.
That guarantees.
Even if
you're right.
Yeah.
But I think there's a chance we keep him, even if the players like just buy into whatever he's selling. You know what I mean? So
I want to keep it.
We'll see.
Hey, I gotta go, guys. I don't feel good, dude. I feel
Adios,
like
amigo.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Is it gonna shut down the screen or is this on
Yeah,
Nate's?
I don't feel good, dude.
As long as you guys want to rock up here, I think.
No, you guys are good. Hey, bro, chill. Don't let me ruin your party, dog. Fucking do the show. I don't give a fuck. I gotta go though. I just don't fucking feel good, bro.
Go get some
Yeah,
rest.
don't book Trump's live.
I'll be in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm sorry, Raider Ben. Hope you feel better, bro.
yeah,
I hope you feel better soon.
Get well soon, bro.
I feel better tomorrow too, because I'm supposed to do a big show tomorrow, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it if I feel like this. So
Hey, happy early birthday to Raider Ben, everybody! Happy early birthday.
yeah, don't let me be the party pooper, bro. You enjoy yourself. You just don't feel good. I'll catch you guys probably tomorrow night, if not the next Friday.
All right, brother. Take care.
All right, guys. Peace out. I'll be in the chat watching you guys.
All right, later.
So,
Much love.
God, we got rid of him finally. Yeah. No, I'm just-
Nah, I love Raider Ben, dude.
yeah, that's my dog. That's my dog. What are we talking about? I forget. We're
AP.
going at it.
Yeah. You got topics? I got topics if you don't, but whatever you got.
No, we was talking about Adrian. We was talking about AP keeping his job and whatever the requirements. I wouldn't keep his job, but hey, they still got to look around. It's part of the NFL rules. They have to. They do diligence. They still have to bring other people in the interview. So, I mean,
No doubt.
in order for him to stand out and just have that edge, if he would have already taken this team to the playoffs, bro, it would just look that much better.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. The target needs to. Here, I'm going to give my take real quick on something I've been thinking about, if you guys don't mind, on just this season.
Bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I really felt like going to this season, I felt like the expectations were almost lowered. I think we're getting some echo. Is Tim muted?
Timmy. Yeah, go
Sorry,
ahead and mute that, Tim. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so going to the season, I just felt like there was a lot of push from the media, some of the insiders and stuff. And I just felt like going to the season that the expectations were not, Super Bowl. And I know it's maybe unrealistic with some of the team that we had, and it might sound crazy. And I know players always say that, their goal is to win the Super Bowl. But, I feel like the coaching staff should have done a better job trying to push the entire team to have like expectations that at least make the playoffs. You know what I mean? And I felt like they didn't really set any expectations. It was like almost like there was no standard, and that really upset me. So I feel like with the coach now, I feel like, he is going to have a higher standard. And I think that expectation absolutely should be playoff. I mean, that should be every team's goal every year. But I think this needs to be elevated to a whole new level with this motivation, a player's coach, a guy that's a true Raider. And I feel like if he can instill like them that confidence that, hey, we are a good team and we can still make the playoffs, then you know what? Anything can happen. And most definitely we make the playoffs with this coach. Yeah, I think we got to keep him, man. I mean, before McDaniels, yeah, I wanted Harbaugh and some of the other stuff, but I really, I would even, it sounds crazy, I might want to run it back with John Gruden if, we didn't have the coach we have now. But I think this guy is a newer, younger coach that can relate to players, and I think he can actually get better out of these players than someone like a Harbaugh or a Gruden or maybe even a different coach, even if he doesn't have as much experience. I don't think that's a negative. I think it can be a positive, but I don't know what you guys think. If you have any opinions on going to the season, if you guys felt any of that similar, stuff like I was saying, like maybe the expectations weren't there high enough.
No, you're right. 100%. So
everything but I'm not running back with Gruden.
No, I think that's a possibility, though, Dirty. I think it is because he didn't really. I don't want him back, but I could see Mark Davis doing some shit where he, you know what I mean? I could see it, bro. I could see it.
I think that ship is sailed.
But hey, if he wins his trial, if he settles, and that might be part of the settlement, I don't know. Why is his comment still up there? My bad, guys. But
I'm just saying. I think that's. I think that ship's sailed.
I think AP is going to be the head coach next year. I really do think that.
Let's get it, Tim. Hell yeah.
I really do. That's
so.
my prediction, man. I really think that.
But it's going to require success. That's all I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, these guys are.
You have too much talent here. That's the problem. There's too much talent on the offensive side and the defensive side. The defense is playing lights out, phenomenal football right now, right? And then you have the offense who just wasn't quite, getting there. Well, now they're starting to come up. You know what I mean? So if he could take this team to that looked like a playoff team that was not performing like one to the playoffs, you can't do nothing but keep his. He can't. You got to give him his job, bro. You got to give it to him. It shouldn't even be an option. But I'm just saying, because of what is on the roster, that's the limit. That's where the bar is.
I think
they want a coach that can get the talent to perform, to win. That's the coach that they want. So if you can do that, you can prove. You have proved that you deserve to be where you're at. But if you fail at that, there is no second chance. I mean, it might be one down the line, but you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. You can't fail.
I think even if we go 9-8 to finish the year, I think he gets the job. 10-7, awesome. But I think even if we go 9-8, he gets the job.
If they make the playoffs,
I mean, do you think 9-8 will make the
I
playoffs?
don't know.
it's a strong possibility.
It might. I mean, this conference has been up and down this year.
Yeah.
It's a strong
I think
possibility.
Mark Davis loves JP. And I think that he sees
Mark Davis
how
loves a
much he
lot of
goes-
things, bro. He loves a lot of things, bro. Until they don't work.
I agree.
They make Viagra for that, bro.
Hey, I'm just telling
But
you, he
he's-
loves a lot of things till they don't work. He
know
loved
it,
being in
but
Oakland until it didn't
sees-
work anymore, bro. He loved Oakland until it didn't work anymore, bro.
I hear you.
You know, he loved
Yeah.
McDaniels and Ziegler till it didn't work
Yeah.
anymore, bro.
That's how it is in business. That's how you got to be.
Exactly. That's why I say, you know, the man runs a business, bro. It may not be the most successful business, you know, as compared to everybody else, but it is still the most successful franchise in all of sports. Wins or losses, it doesn't fucking matter. The most recognizable and most successful and most profitable out of all franchise sports.
All right, let me ask you guys one more question. All right, so I want to ask something about the general manager, Champ Kelly, that's filling in. This offseason in the draft, you know, they had, I'm sure you guys probably saw the videos, but they had, you know, Dave Ziegler, Champ Kelly up there doing the interviews. And I'm kind of weird when I watch videos. Sometimes I'll rewatch them a couple times, you know, something like that. But I'm just trying to, like, my perception wires were just trying to pick up when they were doing their interviews. And the entire time, I'm like seeing two guys at the helm, like running the ship for the Raiders, right? Be the general manager.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like in those interviews, like Champ Kelly was the guy, and then I felt like Dave Ziegler was kind of interrupting him and trying to talk over him. But to me, the real leader between the two, I felt like was Champ Kelly. You know, now
Well, that's why he's in the office now.
no, right, yeah, and he would have got the job had it not been for Ziegler and kind of the transition or whatever. But I'm curious, did you guys get any like, maybe it's just my tinfoil hat or whatever, but did you guys feel like you saw any of that perception when you watched those interviews? If you were to rewind back in the offseason, like after the draft, like, you know, when they were both getting interviewed, did you feel like Champ Kelly was like maybe the leader and Dave Ziegler?
I never felt like he was a leader. I always felt like he could stand on his own, though, just with his own resume, what it is he's accomplished, what he's been a part of. You know what I mean? I felt like he could always stand on his own. So, you know, for the most part, like, I never looked at it in that way. You know what I mean? I never actually looked at it like that. You know, you're looking at it completely different than me, and I ain't got no problem. I had never looked at it like that.
I just was curious.
Yeah, I've never looked at it like that.
Yeah, I didn't look at it that way either, but I do think, though, if Ziegler would have stayed after this year, I think Kelly would have left and taken another GM job elsewhere.
Yeah,
if he would have gotten one, yeah.
I think so, because there was a lot of talk around the league that if there was some GM jobs that opened up that he was going to get it. I was thinking he was probably going to be with the Raiders for like 2 years tops, and then bounce and go to another team and run his show.
right. Well, and I'll be honest, my perception was, because I didn't like Ziegler, I was trying to, like, maybe that was part of it, but I was trying to see who the real leader was between the two, because you have like two alpha males, and I just felt like, in my opinion, I felt like Champ Kelly was the top dog, and Ziegler was the guy trying to be the guy, but I felt like Champ Kelly was the guy. That just was my perception. But Nate, you got anything to say on that, bro?
Yeah, great point, bro. I heard you talking about that on your show. I agree with a lot of what you were saying, but I didn't see it. And then I've heard him talk a few times. I'm still kind of out on the, you know what I mean, still out on debate for me. We'll see. I need to see results. I'm tired of motherfuckers coming in here talking. You know what I mean? They got a good mouthpiece. They talk the talk, but no, I need to see them walk the walk now. So it's still up in the air for me. I have a lot of high hope, though. I like what they're saying. I usually do. You know what I mean? It always sounds
Right,
good
yeah.
in silver and black. You know how that is. But
Yeah.
great point, hardcore. Yep.
Pizzle, you want to say
Yeah,
anything?
I think it's as long as he no, I just want to sit here and look pretty. No, just kidding. No, I think we're gonna have to wait and see. Like Dirty says, we're gonna see how they obviously mesh good together, right? They're two good alpha males. You've seen them during their interview, right? When they first got the jobs, they were patient with each other, letting each other take their turn, and they seem to get along, and that's important for what we want, right? We want chemistry. We want people to follow what's going on. We don't want the wedge in between, like what I think that we had before, between not saying that Ziggler and McDaniels had a wedge between them, but there was definitely some kind of miscommunication going on between how the job should be going and what should be going on, and how it should be running. I think that they both, obviously Ziggler made some bad decisions on some contracts, overpaying people, and which was a couple, nobody's perfect, right?
Oh, did he freeze out again?
Pizzle's having issues.
Damn.
And
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a lot
of mistakes.
Oh,
you're cutting out, dog. Let's see, give him a second.
I mean, there was a lot of red flags, in my opinion, but yeah.
Yeah, no, there was, and in my opinion, we'll see, and as long as they're gelling and we're winning, I don't really care who's at the helm. I just want to win. Now, if AP don't work at the end of the year, then I'd like to look into that Bengals coach, the offensive or defensive over there. He looks like he's gonna be up for a head at the end of this year, and he's coached that. He's doing a hell of a job over there.
Who is the Chiefs offensive coordinator that went to the Commanders?
Bellamy.
Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, that one's kind of
Bieniemy.
But I don't know, man. I just want a coach that loves this team, man. That can get it done,
Yeah, and AP seems to be that guy, right? He's talking the talk. Let's see if he can walk the walk. I mean, he's talking the talk. I love how he's talking. I love it. He sounds like a motivated speaker. He knows what's up. He knows what it takes to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As a player, as a coach, but you can see how doing it as a coach or an offensive coordinator has turned out.
I heard a bunch of players do their little interviews during the week and stuff like that, and they were all just and the main thing I heard was they all respect Antonio Pierce. I don't know if they're not they didn't respect McDaniels, but they all emphasize that they do respect Antonio Pierce, which is major.
Yeah,
for when
you're right. Who is it? Max Crosby was on Busted with the Boys, and he had said something. I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking about that too. He like repeated the respect factor like two different times, and essentially about how it makes you want to work a lot harder for that coach, and that's important, especially in today's day and age. If you can have these players that respect the coach, they'll want to go the extra mile for you. Just like we were talking about Jacobs, finally showed up this last game, going that extra mile. So if that whatever coach it is, if he can get that out of this team, I think that's huge. Moving forward, and that's. All I want, dude, is players that want to play for a coach and give that extra mile.
Facts, bro. Fucking factuals.
Yeah, like I said, I don't care what coach it is. As long as we're winning, I don't care what's going on. I just want to win. I don't care. Nothing really matters to me other than us and other than him coming in. I mean, I like what Patrick Graham's doing right now. Everybody was crapping on him in the beginning of the year. Right, but he was able to turn it around, and then last week he really turned it on. So, and that's what the kind of defense I've been looking for over here for many years, since like 2002. I've been looking, and even in 2002 in our Super Bowl run, we didn't have them. We didn't have them coming like they were coming last week, and that's important for the defense to be coming because that's what the Raiders' whole philosophy was based on, was punishing people on the defense, hitting them hard and making them not want to come over the middle.
I'm gonna go back to the offense because he's kind of bringing that attitude to the offensive line. He's hanging out with the offensive line most of the week this week during practices, and the offensive line. I heard Greg Van Roten. Yeah, Greg Van Roten was like, "We're gonna fly off the ball and we're gonna try to win for this guy." And sure enough,
that brings up a good topic. Something I've asked myself. I don't know if I have the answer, but I'm curious what you guys think. Why do you think this offensive line has taken such a huge step back from last year to this year? Do you think you guys think it's a scheme thing? You think it's a play calling? You think it was a lack of that leadership and maybe players not respecting the coach? Or do you guys have any insight why you think this offensive line took a big step back?
The only thing I think of, bro, they didn't look like they didn't look like they were having fun for me in my eyes. I don't know what that entails, or they look like they were dragging out there before and it's uninterested, unmotivated,
all the above,
unconnected, like disconnected from the team. Like it didn't feel like they were the usual themselves. But go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I was just gonna say all the above, man. I think that's really what it was. All the above. But I think the offensive line is definitely gonna step up the rest of this year. I can just see it. I mean, the energy and everything's different, like we can all see. Yeah, I just think they're going to play a lot better down the stretch here. No doubt about it.
I think he's rolling up on him like Debo and shit, standing out.
Well, once you lose the locker room, though, bro, you know what I mean? That's pretty much it. It's going to be really hard to get it back. And like I said, if you're an egotistical type of person, bro, you're never going to get the locker room back. And he lost the team. Look, people always say, I wasn't, I was born at night. I wasn't born last night, bro. Look, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm not stupid. Point blank. I ain't gonna give you no extra bullshit. I'm not stupid. You clearly lost this team. They didn't want to play anymore. They quit. They wasn't giving you everything they had. And hey, we have moved on. We have found somebody to do better.
Hey, that kind of brings up another thing I was kind of thinking about. These Raiders so-called insiders, these reporters that are getting paid fucking big dollars to give us our news on our Raiders and selling us this fucking bullshit all off season and during the season. Like, oh, McDaniels isn't going anywhere, but it's like, and then everybody loves Jimmy G. They all think Jimmy G should be the starter. Do they? Because Aiden Connell is clearly better. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is going on?
And I wasn't even high on this dude. He's clearly better.
Lying to us all season long.
Not willing to let him make that
and
mistake.
none of them are apologizing. They're all just like, oh, back to business.
That's all egos. Their egos
running
the
next bullshit
over there.
Yeah, it's like you motherfucker, you dirty fucking bastards.
That's why I only listen to Hondo.
Bro, it's hard to listen to Hondo now too. Hondo got me fucked up as well, bro.
Nah, Hondo's right there with Vinny B, dude. They're both shit bags in my opinion, dude. They're paid to push certain agendas, dude. They were trying to sell tickets is what they were trying to do, which is why they lowered the shills. I call them shills, dude. They lowered the expectations where there were no expectations, and then they tried to raise the expectations, talking about how Raiders will do a lot better than we really thought. And yeah, they were dude, if you were to any of us that was wrong as like these Raider insiders were, as much as they were wrong this offseason, we would have lost our job. These guys are wrong in so many areas, from Jimmy G to the Raiders to McDaniels. And yeah, you're right. They didn't admit they're wrong, first of all. And second of all, they won't be like, they can't fathom like getting themselves to a point where they're like, hey, I was completely wrong on all this shit and I apologize or anything like that. They're not man enough to own up and confess that they fucked up or something. They just
I don't even know if I need an apology. I don't know, bro. I'm just done with them. Like, they lost their credit. They lost their credit, bro.
Bunch of narcissists is what we had running the helm.
Hondo has always been like kind of on the fence with McDaniels. Remember, he's the one that was challenging. He was giving him hard ass questions in the end, like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like,
at the end, yeah. Hold on, I saw him flip on the end.
I'm sorry, bro. I can't agree with you on that. I mean, just dude, they were both all over McDaniel's nuts, bro. Gruden never got the love that McDaniels got coming in or the move to Vegas. Gruden was always getting his nuts smashed in, and Gruden was the only coach that actually called these clowns out for their bullshit they were spewing out to us. And that's why they were always like bashing Gruden, because Gruden would call them out, you know. But I don't know. I don't want to nitpick or whatever, but yeah, that's just how I feel about it. They never gave Gruden a fair shot. This is my main point. You know what I mean?
For me, Hondo.
Well, I'm gonna just tell you, Fatigue. I'm gonna just tell you, hardcore. Gruden is not coming back.
I don't want him back. I told you I want AP, bro. I
want AP. I think John Gruden, once he's done,
keep AP
lawsuit, he wins. I think once he's done with the NFL, he's just gonna kick back and relax. He don't need nothing. You don't need nothing. I don't even need to be around y'all. Just give me my money. Give me all that good money.
I hear you.
I think I was done with Hondo when he still had Garoppolo's back till the very end, bro. Like all the players have his back in here, and everybody.
That's what you have to do as a beat writer, bro.
Oh, bro,
that's what you have to do as a beat writer. That's your job.
It's garbage.
That's a terrible job, in my opinion.
It is. Yeah. It is, but it's what pays the bills.
I'd rather go clear out porta potties or something.
Gotta be a fake, dude. I don't know how those guys.
You know what I mean?
Why you think the Raiders don't come to us for opinions? Why they don't ask us to do a show?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want Gruden. I'm just saying when I've kind of given my take on it, like on past videos I've done, I can see it happening because of Mark Davis and kind of that relationship. You know what I mean? But I honestly want Antonio Pierce to work out, bro. Like truly, I'm not just saying that.
That would be nice.
And Champ Kelly, dude, I don't want another rebuild, bro. Any coach we bring in, it's another rebuild, another bullshit. Like, we need to make this shit fucking work, dude. You know, I don't want to get rid of Devontae Adams, Jacobs, none of that, dude. We just got to continue building what we have, and we could be a good fucking team, man. That's how I feel about it. But I'm tired of rebuilds, man.
We have some pieces,
you know.
We have some fucking pieces.
Hopefully, Aiden O'Connell can ball out, continue to ball out, and succeed and get better. You know what I mean? That'd be great. And, you know, hopefully AP gets to keep his job, and moving forward, we're a powerhouse football team. That would be great. But you got to get past the Jets first.
You guys want to talk about the Jets?
I would, but my battery's getting ready to die, so I gotta roll out.
Why don't you give your quick take? Give a quick 1 minute take or something on to beat the Jets, bro.
In order for us to beat the Jets, in order for Devontae Adams to be able to have any success, he's got to stay away from Sauce Gardner. He's got to be on the opposite side. You know what I mean? So Sauce likes to play it on the left side corner, you know, or the defense, you know. So Devontae needs to line up left side offense. You know what I mean? Sauce doesn't really like to travel to the other side of the ball. So in order to have some success with Devontae Adams, that's kind of what you're going to have to do. But at the same time, Devontae Adams ain't going to shy away from no goddamn Sauce Gardner. You know what I mean? He just ain't going to do it. That ain't the way he play. And I think that, you know, the Jets have a great, you know, defensive backfield. They do. You know what I mean? Linebackers and defensive backs. I mean, that's one of the things. I mean, their defensive front is nice. You know, don't get me wrong. But if you can run the ball on them, you'll have a good game. It'll be a really good game if we can run the ball on offense. Because if we can run the ball, we'll be able to open up the passing game, and we'll be able to pass the ball too. And from there it should be, you know what I mean, a really good game. Defensively, if you shut down a run, you shut down everything. If you make Zach Wilson have to be the quarterback and throw for a win, that plays directly into how it is we want, you know what I mean? Because we have a better defensive backfield than they have a offensive room. You know, so if you shut down their offensive run and force them to put the ball in Zach Wilson's hands, he's gonna make shitload of mistakes like he's been doing all year long, and that will play key into our defensive philosophy for turnovers, and we should win that game. But those are the things that have to take place. You do anything outside of that, it's gonna be tough.
Sauce Gardner about to be catch up, bro. We ain't winning from the smoke. Devontae head is about to eat.
Hopefully, I just need him to get some goddamn fantasy points, man. I relegated him to flex because I'm on the fence. I took him out the starting lineup, bro. I put him in the flex position, bro. I'm still thinking about it.
You worried about Sauce, bro?
No, good. I'm worried about the fact that he hasn't done shit.
Yeah. They're bracketing him, bro. They're taking him away from him.
He averaging 7 points a game for the last 4 weeks, bro. 7.
I'd be like, I don't care as long as if we're winning, I don't care, but that's not the total case.
That's not the case.
Yeah.
I could take those numbers with wins. Yeah, take those numbers with L's, bro. Yeah.
I agree. Factual. I appreciate you, Dirty. I don't know if you can kick it. You're welcome to kick it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let's say charge this shit up because once this motherfucker go out, it's gonna be all bad.
Much love, Dirty. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Great chopping up with you as always, bro.
I will holler at you guys tomorrow on Black Saturday if it's there. If not, catch me Sunday, 4 o'clock, hour before the game for a pre-game show.
You guys going live tonight, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I'm gonna have to go check that.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see.
We'll keep it going for a little longer. I'll send everybody your way though.
For sure.
All right, bro. Take care.
Peace.
What up?
What's good with you, Pizzle? Welcome to the show, Pizzle. Glad you can make it.
I know, right? It's all good.
He's like, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah. Charging extra.
I
see.
But I think the offensive line is going to be key this weekend.
Definitely. They're going to carry us the rest of the year. They're a big part of how successful we're going to be. They're going to keep the defense off the field and fresh by converting on third downs and controlling the clock by running the ball. I think it all helps that we finally have a quarterback as well. My bad, Tim. Got that echo again. Yep, there you go. It all comes back to controlling the clock for me. And the offensive line is going to have a big part and a big say of how the rest of the season is going to pan out. And it sucks that our main big dog is going to be out. So, but you know what I mean? Next man up. Let's see what we got. Let's see how Antonio Pierce's motivational skills are going to work for a second tier type of player that's going to get a shot. Because Antonio Pierce was an undrafted free agent. You know what I mean? He worked his way up the roster and fucking got himself a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So you play for a guy like that. You hear that story, it sparks something up inside of you. Like, why am I fucking around? You know what I mean? Let's go get this money.
Yeah, if he can do it, why can't I do it?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's about. If he can do it, I can do it. If he could beat the Giants that were undefeated, why can't we do it?
Yeah. Facts. Fuck Josh McDaniels. Fuck the Patriots.
Yep.
I do got some stats pulled up at some point I wanted to go over with us versus the Jets if that's cool.
Yeah, let's rock it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next stage.
All right. So I'll pull it up here on my screen. I know the chat won't be able to see it, but all right, the Jets defense is ranked like number 9th. The Raiders, I think we're at like 15th. So total yards Jets allows per game is like 312. Raiders allow about 331 yards. The big stat that stands out with them is their running yards they're allowing per game. They're allowing 138 yards per game. The Raiders are allowing 139 rushing yards per game. So we're about tied as far as yards allowed, but their defense, even though they have a good defense, they're definitely allowing a lot of rushing yards. The other stat that stood out to me is the points allowed. They're only averaging about 19.5 yards allowed. So, like, Raiders have had a hard time getting over that 20-point mark. And I feel like, with their stats and their touchdowns allowed or points allowed at 19.5, I feel like if the Raiders could get above 21, meaning 3 touchdowns, I think that will be a huge success to possibly beat the Jets and that defense if we can get above that, 19.5 or 21 points as far as that goes. And then turnover differential, they've got 13 turnovers on the year. The Raiders have 10 turnovers. Their points or their differential for their turnovers are 0, where the Raiders are -6. So the main point is, obviously, we've thrown a lot of interceptions, being -6 turnovers, and we cannot. I feel like we can't come out of this game with being in the negative margin as far as the turnover realm, and so that was pretty much it. I did want to say one thing on Jacobs, but you guys want to say anything on those stats or whatever before I give my last piece on Jacobs? Mainly, they're allowing a lot of running yards was kind of the main thing, and they're not allowing a lot of points, I guess, was the 2 main things,
Yeah, which is I think our advantage
they got that blend. They got that. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I was going to say, I think our advantage is we have an offensive coordinator and a young rookie QB with not a lot of tape out there, so they don't really know what to prepare for. They don't really know what we're going to lean towards, other than a bunch of college tape the kids might have. But you can't go off of that. So we have the element of surprise on our side as well. So I hope we put up some points. I hope I am kind of wary of those stats you kind of spit out, but I think our advantage might be the element of surprise. Go ahead, Pizzle. My bad.
Oh yeah, I just like I think that I think the kid is going to be like, I was talking about it last week before even the game. Is I thought, it was garbage time when he came in. Showed some already showed advancement and was learning right in front of us by throwing that pick and then coming in and then driving down the field and scoring a touchdown. So he's starting to trust his time, and you could see during the game when we were watching behind Raider Ben's thing there, he was hitting his back foot and the ball was coming out. That means he's starting to trust the receivers. He's trusting his timing. And as long as he's not holding the ball too long, we're good. He's going to make rookie mistakes. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
And we'd have to, but I'd rather lose with it. We know what the floor is with Jimmy and with.
Yeah. Oh, you cut out again, Pizzle? Damn it. Oh, this has been an interesting show.
I think if we scored 20 or more points on Sunday night, I think we win the game for sure. No doubt. I mean, as long as we keep mixing it up and keep doing what we did against the Giants, I think we'll be fine. And O'Connell's getting the ball out fast, so as long as he keeps doing that, it'll be all good.
Catch him off guard. Don't force anything. Hit the open guy. Change the play if you need to. Another big thing we haven't seen a lot this year.
Exactly.
Big props to the rookie. Yep.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
You're good.
Go ahead.
You got to mute Tim. Or go finish, Tim.
I'm gonna make a quick prediction on the game. I think we win the game 22-13.
Like it.
Yeah.
Defense. Let's go.
Yep.
Well, I'm definitely worried about this Colton Miller injury. He went from, if you look at back when we drafted him, we were all scratching our head, thought he wasn't going to turn into being anything. And now he's like really one of the stable pieces on this, offensive line. And I feel like with him being out, it definitely concerns me. So I'm worried about the run game, but I'm also worried about the blind side of Aiden O'Connell. So before the injury of Colton Miller, I felt like if the coach could just like try to push the offensive line to just block your guy for half a second longer, just hold your block for like a millisecond longer, just to give Aiden O'Connell that extra little, half second to throw the ball. That would definitely help us. And, if Aiden O'Connell get the ball out just like 0.3 of a second faster, because like we can't come out of this game where it's like a Khalil Mack game where Khalil Mack got 6 sacks or, 7 sacks total against the Chargers, when that was O'Connell's first start. So I don't think the Jets, edge rushers might be that good. And I think Khalil Mack was like a revenge game kind of deal. But, I just feel like there's a lot of things that could happen to where Colton Miller being out could affect a lot of different elements. So it definitely has me concerned. Going into this game, I felt like, if we run the ball good, because the Jets defense is known to give up, big runs or, like 138 rushing yards. That could be a good game plan to be victorious. If you look at Josh Jacobs' rushing yards this year, he's only at 506, which we all know is not good enough, especially based off of last year. But I feel like hitting this back end of the season, Jacobs' legs should be fresh. We're coming to a point in the season where it's kind of winter time. Defenses are going to be worn down and injuries, and this is like the point in the season I feel like the running game should be picking up, and I think Jacobs should have a big hand in that. If you look at what Jacobs needs to do as far as all-time Raiders running backs, what Jacobs needs is 662 yards this season, and he will become second all-time running back for the Raiders. So it comes out to about 82 rushing yards per game, which I think is definitely achievable. Going into the season, Jacobs needed about 1,200 rushing yards to become second all-time Raiders running back as far as rushing yards. And Jacobs only needs 3 touchdowns to become number 2 on the list for all-time, Raider running back. So, I think Jacobs is in line. He's set up to, finish this year strong and become number 2 Raiders all-time rushing leaders in touchdowns and all-time leader in rushing yards. He ain't touching Marcus Allen unless he's going to spend another 4 or 5 years here kind of thing. But I think that's a cool thing to look forward to. And hopefully Jacobs has a big game. And hopefully whoever fills in for Colton Miller does a good job.
And those 4 or 5 years more is only because Al Davis made Marcus Allen ride the bench for multiple years. Otherwise, those numbers would be way, way more.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true. And he was a fullback blocking for Bo Jackson.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Crazy.
But
That's
the difference, but a lot of when we got inside the 2, it was guaranteed we were going to score because Marcus was going over the top.
Yeah.
Right. But and that's what the Raiders got to do right now. We're not pounding the ball inside the 5 and the 10. And when we get that close, we need to stop trying to throw the ball. We got to run it in there. We got to pound it out. That's being physical. They know what we're trying to do, and we know that they're trying to stop us, but it shouldn't matter. When it comes down to it, we should be more physical than them.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been missing all year, except for last game.
To
They weren't
be
firing
honest,
off the ball. They were looking lazy. They weren't blocking very good.
Yep.
I don't know if this is a team or if they changed the zone and then now they're running power again, or if they were running power and changed back to zone. Whatever they did at the beginning of the year, they screwed it all up because it definitely doesn't look anything like the offensive line of last year. And if you only changed one guy, it shouldn't look like that.
They just got a new head coach who's finally going to motivate them and give them pep talks before the games, and I guess that's all they needed, bro.
He's over there deboing them.
Yeah, Antonio Pierce, bro.
Do you guys know if Colton Miller has been officially ruled out? I know he didn't practice, but I don't think he's been officially ruled out. Has he? Or
he's doubtful.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I know
I tried to send you the video, but you haven't accepted my invitation, so I couldn't send it to you. But if it's on the Raiders channel, the Raiders official channel, you can go check out the interview.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
I haven't accepted it on what? Let me know and I'll fix it.
IG. It was on. I sent you a thing on IG after the other night when we were talking about the whole.
Okay. I haven't checked my IG in a couple days because I was sick, but I'll check it.
I'm not tripping. So I sent you an invite on there, but I couldn't send you the thing that I sent Ben because we're not we're not friends on there yet. But
All right,
yeah,
I'll correct that.
but yeah,
Thank you.
I sent it also. So whenever you accept it or whatever, I'll send it to Nate in a second too. But yeah, he
All
was
right.
on there, and actually, I'll send it to him right now. But yeah, that was basically he talked about Spillane going into surgery, and I don't know if we're going to talk if you guys talked about this already or not. But he went into surgery or something and came right out the next day. It was like we're going to go in for practice.
Same day,
yeah.
Right.
He played 6 days after surgery at his hands. Yeah. And
That's
the doctor said if you can play through the pain, you can play.
That's a hardcore dude, man.
Yeah.
That's what we need more of that around here.
Nate Hobbs did that last year, though, right? I mean, but then he didn't play after the next game or when he finished that game or whatever.
Yeah. Well, he also had probably one of his worst years as well. It could have been a number of things, but
right.
He stuck it out. I give him props for that. He was out there. He's still one of our better options at cornerback.
And he,
I like Rocky Sin though. He's doing good over there in Baltimore. Yeah.
Do you guys have any insight, like interception, like how many interceptions we need to get, and who do you guys want to see get an interception this game?
I'd like to see Marcus Epps do something, you know. But you know, he's stepped up a little bit.
Marcus Peters is getting his hands on a lot of and disrupting a lot of passes. So I expect him to start reeling them in pretty soon now. Any moment now. He's getting close, bro. He's getting close. Go ahead.
Sure.
I'm gonna say Trayvon Mowerig gets a pick Sunday night.
I like it.
Let's go. Yeah, he's been eating.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna pick was Morig or Epps, but yeah, I like it. What about Crosby? He's he's tied at 9.5 sacks with. I had it pulled up here.
I thought it was 11.
I know.
It's only
Ben
9.
went
I
over.
thought he was at 11. I thought he was at 11. Is he that?
9.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 9.5. Let me check the date on this thing. This was So Daniel Hunter for Minnesota Vikings has 10, and then Crosby, Garrett, TJ Watt have 9.5, and then Khalil Mack, Josh Allen, and then other guys after that. But how many sacks you guys think Max Crosby gets?
3.
Sunday? 3
again. 3 again.
All right.
Yep. He's going to eat against that offensive line. Their offensive line sucks, man. Their offensive line is bad.
I like it.
Hey, Mekhi Beckham,
he's going to eat.
Mekhi Beckham is an animal. He's an animal. I'd like to see him get 3, but I'm gonna say 2. I'll say 2.
I was thinking 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pizzle.
You frozen?
What's that? No, I'm
Pizzle,
good. I'm sorry. I was just checking. I was just getting ready to resend you this video. So I'm sorry. What was the question?
How many sacks Max Crosby gets this game?
I think he's probably gonna get probably 3 or 4. I think that they got a lot of holes in their offensive line. Last weekend, I think they got 8 sacks. Their defense got 8 sacks, but their offensive line gave up 8 sacks. So, and we got 8 sacks last week. So we should be able to. I'd like to see us to maybe be able to get 8 more sacks this weekend, but we'll see. But yeah, I'd like to see him get 3 or 4, and I'd like to see. And my disappointment of the year, my disappointment in the player was Tillery. You know, he hasn't really shown up for us too much.
Yeah.
You know, I missed out on that little conversation a little bit earlier. But yeah, for Tillery, and I'd like to see him step up this game and do a little something, maybe get a sack or 2. Or I'd like to see some push from the defensive tackles this game. You know,
we probably won't see Tillery produce anything until we play the Chargers again, to be honest. Yeah. Well, that's the only team he wants to get up for.
I apologize, Nate Dogg. I ain't trying to take over your show, bro.
You're good, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. You do your thing, bro. It's here to facilitate it.
I talk about Raiders. I get excited. I'm like a excited little puppy dog that just pees all over the floor and doesn't.
Yeah. Hey, bro, just clean up when you're done. You're all good, bro.
I'll use my tail.
Here you go. efficient.
You obviously all love the Raiders, right? Just some people want to do a little bit more homework than the others, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what sets other people apart from other people, right? You know, I'm just, you know, I'm not
Hardcore's
that
good at it.
serious. You know, I know a
Hardcore-
little bit, but I don't know
Hardcore's a
players by
motherfucking
names
G.
or anything yet. You know, but that's never really been that important to me until, you know, because players rotate in and out of here nowadays. It's not like back in the day when they were on your team for 7 to 10 years. And well, once they started, they opened up the players to move around a lot easier. All that continuity with the offensive lines and all of that stuff, that all kind of went out the window. Because back in the day, you had offensive lines that played for 7, 10, almost 15 years together.
Right.
Long time.
Yeah, it's tough now because like you might only have a player 1 or 2 years, man. There's so much turnover on teams. It's insane versus how it used to be.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't blame players. I mean, I understand they want to get their money, but at the same time, you got to earn it. It's a production-based business too.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Carr not being worth the kind of money. Of course he ain't, because for me and like maybe you, he's not producing that kind of $37 million worth of production. Right.
Yeah. 25-30, I think would have been fair to the Raiders if he would have been willing to take that and then use that money to get the talent around him. And I think we could win a Super Bowl with him, but that's kind of, you know, water under the bridge or, you know, past tense. But I mean, this is halfway through the season. So I always like to, like, myself and my channel, I try to do a reality check, like going into the season. What did I think was, I mean, I didn't predict. I mean, I wanted McDaniels gone, but I didn't think Mark Davis would do it. But I try to look at like my expectations for the Raiders and kind of my schedule prediction. I kind of try to review it and see if I'm close or whatever. And like, you know, like we're kind of right where I thought we would be. I kind of thought we would start slow. This is kind of the reality check moment, but I thought we would finish this season strong. And so I'm just curious, you know, because I'm gonna have to get out of here soon shortly, but I'm curious if you guys have an honesty moment, like where are we at now? Where do you think we'll finish? You know, if we're doing like a halfway mark of the season, and you know, do you think you're on track for how you thought we would start the season and how we'll finish? You know, what were your kind of expectations? I'll be honest, I had us going 10-7, and we'd have the record we have right now. There's a few teams I picked. Like I picked us beating the Dolphins and the Jets. The Dolphins one might end up being wrong. But yeah, you know, I think there's still a good chance we could finish 10-7, maybe 9-8. But what do you think, Pizzle? Where we're at right now, and what you initially thought going to the season, like record prediction stuff like that, man?
Well, I think my high was I think 12-5, and I think my low was 10-7. I think it was. So and you know, I don't know. We're still on target for at least one of those. But, you know, just like everybody else, right? I had us going 4-1 or 4-2 at the beginning of the season, right? Or the first 2-2 or 3-1 at the beginning, because I figured that we had a chance against Buffalo, but not really. You know, that for me, that would be if we played like we played last weekend against Buffalo, we might have won that game.
Right.
But we didn't play like that. So, you know, but you know, we've lost games that I thought that we should have won, and we won games that I thought we should have lost. So yeah, like you said, I think we're just about where we want to be. I'd had us about 500 about right now. So we're pretty much on target, and we just got to strap on the seatbelt and hold on, go for the ride.
Love it.
Yeah. I'm about a game off of my prediction as of right now, but I don't think anybody predicted them to be this bad, or the offensive line to take this big of a step back, or Jimmy Garoppolo just to fucking shit the bed totally. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, you know what I mean, or the Chandler Jones fiasco. We kind of glossed over that earlier. That threw a wrench in the whole thing. I think that kind of hurt morale for the most part, and guys kind of checked out. And then you got the fucking dickhead McDaniels, who's not sympathetic at all to the situation the players are going through, or what kind of shit's going on with their mental. And he's just kind of like, whatever, fuck you guys, play ball. And you know, I mean, they get paid millions of dollars, right? But it's still a personal thing. You know, I mean, you see these guys more than you see your own family most of the time, spending 16 hours a day sometimes or whatever they do, putting in hella hours. And
well, for 4 months, but then the rest of 9 months. For 9 months, you're pretty much, you know,
living the life. You're right.
But you want.
These guys are sacrificing their bodies. I mean, it's a big deal, bro. I mean, you don't move the same.
Yeah, but you
take some big injuries. It's a big risk. It's all mental gymnastics. I agree, Pizzle. It is. It's however you look at it, but it's at the end of the day that these guys want to feel like that they're a part of the family. And
I agree,
like McDaniels, yeah. McDaniels just he don't I forgot where I was going with this.
Well, how do you think we finish though? What do you have a record prediction if you were to readjust your initial like record prediction before the season started and then where we're at now? Like, how do you think we finish, bro?
We're right there. Like I said, I'm a game off of my prediction, but depending on how these guys pull out, I don't know. And for me, another thing is from last week. Because the Giants are kind of in the position they're in, they're not a really good team either, or definitely not a good team. But they were a playoff team last year, so they have some talent over there on that side. But for whatever reason, they couldn't put it together. So I can't tell if they checked out and if we got lucky or if we're that good. So I'll have a better idea after this Jets game. I think I said it last week, and I'm gonna stick with it. But I think if I had to put a gun to my head, I'm gonna stick with I say we get 9 wins.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's fair. I like it. Good shit, bro.
So
I think for me, I thought we'd be probably this record we got right now. I would say it's probably where I originally thought we would be, and then my prediction for the record for us to finish the year originally was 10-7, but I think we finish 9-8. I hope it's better than that, but I'm gonna stick with 9 wins.
Yeah.
Hold me to a cross. I said 10-7. I'm sticking with it. I think I'm wrong. I'll be honest. I think some Raider fans came in there. And I'm really worried. I mean, even though we're about at where I thought we'd be at, like there's a lot of unknown factors, but I'm still gonna stay positive, man. I think we can somehow make the playoffs, and I'm gonna hold on hope, man. You know, it starts obviously with the Jets. We got to win this game. Like, I really feel that this is a must-win game. That's why my last show I called it a must-win, baby. If we can't beat the Jets, guys, it's going to be really tough to make the playoffs. I mean, just eating some or drinking some True Serum, you know what I mean? But if we beat the Jets, we're in the running. Anything's possible any given Sunday. You know, I thought.
Let me ask you a question real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you. So what do you think about this Aaron Rodgers thing? Him throwing 50-yard bombs and shit with a torn fucking Achilles tendon. You see that?
Son, go trade for him right now.
You see him on Monday Night Football? He's just down there throwing 50 yards bombs like it was nothing. Like he ain't even never been hurt.
I don't think he's coming back. I think the whole thing is just to keep that hype for New York, and I don't think they're making the playoffs. I mean, if you look at Wilson, that guy shouldn't have been drafted in the first round. Dude, there's so many bust quarterbacks in the first round. If we go back 5, 10, 15 years of quarterbacks that were taken, the top 3 quarterbacks that were taken in the NFL draft, so many of them end up being complete bust. And then you have to ask yourself why. Like, why and how do all these quarterbacks taken top and that are pumped up going in the draft, and how all these guys like the Todd McShays and
I'll tell you how, because they don't put anybody around them. They bring them in and they're the shittiest teams. They're number 1 picks. They go to the shittiest teams like Detroit that pick all the best wide receivers, or, you know, one thing or another. They don't know how to build a team. And then when you're basically sending them to the grave, you know, being the number 1 pick is not the best thing to have in being in the NFL, because a lot of times they're not going to play the offense that you played in college. And when you bring in a new quarterback, you need that. You need to be playing something you're familiar with. Look at Burrow. That's a great example, right? His first year he came in, he was iffy. They bring in Chase, and then he starts lining it up because he's the familiarity. It's not like the other 2 receivers weren't bad, but they went out and helped him. They helped get what he needed. A lot of these franchises like the Bears and Detroit, they don't do that. They don't ever go out and get help. They just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a constant rebuild. I hear you, and a lack of talent when these teams are drafting high is definitely a huge portion of it. But part of it is too is a lot of these guys are playing on colleges that have a lot of super studs around them.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of super studs around you, it's gonna elevate your game and make you look better than you probably really are. So my point is like you could be a super stud playing on Alabama, and then you go to the NFL and you don't look like a super stud anymore because you may not be surrounded by that many super studs. So
well, and that's what I'm talking about with like Bryce Young, right? And look at right now, who do they have around him? And he's a rookie. He's getting smashed because he's a rookie too. You know, they're not being nice. And I like Bryce Young. He plays for Alabama. He played for Alabama, right? And so did Mac Jones, right? But and you know, so you know, Trey who's the guy who plays for the Jaguars, right? He played for LSU. Burrow played for LSU.
No, you're talking
Marcus
about
Russell won the championship with LSU under Mark Saban, right? So
Trevor Lawrence, Clemson boy.
There's plenty of these guys that, like you said, they draft, like you said, they got all that talent around them, and then when they come to and they're drafted number one, and you come to the Raiders or you come to these teams that aren't got anything around them, they look like crap.
Yeah,
you look like straight crap. And when you don't have, and the coaching too, like I said, they didn't have any coaching for these guys. It's like this last year with the offensive line. We're talking about what's going on with the offensive and defensive line. Well, if the offensive line and the defensive line, it's the coaching. There's something going on with the coaching. Right. They're not being coached up, or they're not being motivated. And I'm not saying Arden Key or all these guys that are left are all superstars, but they go and leave and they get coached up and they perform better than what they did when they were here.
Well, there's
a problem.
I mean, in my opinion, the quarterback thing, I think there's multiple aspects. I think you make some great points. So I'm not going to disagree with you on the aspect that a lot of these teams aren't setting these players up for better success. But the other part of it is some of these guys are prima donnas. Like they come in the NFL, they're like highly drafted, and they lose a little bit of that gumption because they're making, pretty good money. Maybe not great, but like if you look at the top 3 quarterbacks taken out of this draft, meaning Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson, they're all making around $9 million per year. Okay. So that rookie contract is important because if, say, the Raiders would have signed Derek Carr, we're paying him $40 million. That's a lot of money. That limits you on your availability for who else you can put on your team to surround them with that additional talent like you're talking about. Okay. So I think that plays a factor, as well as like say Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell ain't even making $1 million a year, bro. So the other quarterbacks are making $9 million. Aiden O'Connell's making like $500 and something thousand, which is mind blowing. So if you look at it from that aspect, I mean, shit, if you can have Aiden O'Connell for a few years, you spend that money, we go get another defensive end, maybe wide receiver, or we don't need wide receivers.
We need a DT, man. We need a DT.
Yeah, a cornerback. Whatever it might be, you're going to have enough capital to leverage that to then hopefully get enough talent to surround that quarterback to be more successful. But the flip side, like the caveat to all that is a lot of these quarterbacks are only starting 2 years. Are you leaving, Tim? Sorry. Oh, sorry, bud. Should have let him say goodbye. But a lot of these quarterbacks, if you look at how long they've started, like Anthony Richardson, it's not like they're starting in college for 3-4 years, guys. A lot of these quarterbacks are coming out of college and they've only really started for 2 years. That inexperience also makes them behind the curve when they come to the NFL. So then you might have to develop a quarterback for 2 years. And if it's a 4-year contract, it's like the first 2 years are a wash. And then the last 2 years, you get good development out of that rookie quarterback. But very seldom are you going to find a guy that's like a CJ Stroud, that's balling out his first year, or like Joe Burrow. It can happen, but it's rare. A lot of these guys end up being busts. So
I mean, even Peyton Manning. You look at Peyton Manning's first year. I mean, there's a lot of people that come out and just crap the bed. I mean, it's like I said, when you're a rookie back in the day, when Manning was coming up, they blitzed you on a regular basis when you were a rookie. And you had to learn how to beat the blitz. And it took him a minute. It takes people a couple of years to develop. Everybody has this instant injection of we want now. You know, it doesn't work
social
that
media era. Yeah.
you know,
Everything's
like you're saying, back
magnified.
in the day, you know, colleges like Stabler and all these guys, they all stayed for 4 years. They didn't come out early. They stayed. They had to stay. They had to stay and sit behind people. They didn't just get to start. They stayed behind. It's not like we got 3 or 4 guys that are
crack
to come and step up and be
right. Well, and you know, the positive thing about all this is with Aiden O'Connell, I believe I'd have to go back and check. I think it was 4 years he started. He's actually spent 6 years in college because with the virus, guys got an extra year. Yeah. So Aiden O'Connell, we drafted him at 24. He's age 25, but he has that additional years of experience. So when people look at age and they're like, oh, that's a knock or whatever, I see it as a positive. I'm glad that he has that extra experience because I think he's more
extra reps.
Yeah, he's more NFL ready, and I think that's going to help us and hopefully to make the playoffs. So that's
I'm with you with the reps, man. Get the kid reps. Give him reps. Give him reps. Give him reps. That's what he needs.
You're all good, Tim. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. It's all good, bro.
Appreciate you, Tim, man.
Right on, Tim.
Gotta get you some headphones. Something's going on with the Android. It usually works with Androids for whatever reason. There was a memo sent out.
You know, and O'Connell is definitely working with the number ones right now, right? So he worked with them last week. He's working with them this week. So we're going to see what kind of week to week it should be an improvement. What up, Mike G?
They look like the fly.
yeah, it's all good. He likes the clown.
Yeah, cool. He's always clown. He's got.
Yeah, that's all he got.
We're calling Miguel after midnight.
Well, all right. We're talking about quarterbacks. I'm curious. Is there any quarterback that Aiden O'Connell reminds you of? Like you look at his game and it's similar to another quarterback. I'll go for it
right now.
I think he looks like a Ben. I think he looks like a Ben Roethlisberger.
He's skinny, bro. He's unique, bro. He's kind of little.
No,
he's 6'3". He's 6'3", but to me he's kind of, I don't know, it might be the number too.
He looks kind of more like a Steve Youngish kind of guy. He likes to scramble. He can get out. He can run. And he
Steve Young can move, but I don't think Aiden O'Connell can move.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, he's got pretty. But you know, he's more like well, we can say an RG3 or something. Somebody
he had like negative.
A little bit more mobile. He's not a statue.
No, he is Fizzle. He had like negative yards rushing or something like that in college.
Yeah, Tony is. Yeah,
it wasn't Raiders. It was someone else, some other site or on YouTube that had put out a video of like Aiden O'Connell to practice, and I'm watching his footwork drills, and I'm like, it looks like there's like cinder blocks tied to his feet. He does not have quick feet.
Sloppy.
Which I'll be honest, it worries me. I'm not saying he's got to be a Lamar Jackson, but you know, if you look at Peyton Manning, you mentioned Peyton Manning earlier. Peyton Manning did tons of footwork drills, ladder drills, stuff like that, just to have quick feet. So if you ever watch Peyton Manning, he would always be moving his feet until he would throw the ball.
Like a ballerina. Yep.
What's that? Sorry.
Like a ballerina. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he'd always move his feet, and then he'd plant him at the last second, and then throw the ball. So I'd like to see moving forward. I'd like to see Aiden O'Connell learn how to work on some foot drills to get. You know, I'm not saying he needs to be running, but he's got to get quicker feet, if that makes sense. Because if you can have quick feet, then you can move faster in the pocket when that heat's coming on you. You know what I mean? So there is a few concerns, you know, for Aiden O'Connell moving forward, but it's not something that he can't obtain. You can do off-season workouts to get some of that strength and to increase some of those categories you might lack.
I'd say Joe Flacco with a smaller arm.
That's a good one.
Not as strong of an arm. And Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. He did enough to win the Super Bowl. Yeah. I mean, but that's kind of where I have him. Peyton Manning, I think that'd be giving him too much. Maybe you're right on, bro. But I think of Joe Flacco.
That fucking guy's fucking killing me.
Yeah. Well, shit, we're almost there, guys. You guys want to keep it going? We can keep it going. But I think I mean, you guys got anything you want to touch on? Got any more Anything else for us?
All right, so we're talking about quarterbacks. I want to ask you guys one last question because all this stuff is stuff that I think about. My brain's always thinking, dude, when I'm working and stuff. So if we're breaking it down to like quarterback style, say Aiden O'Connell isn't the guy. You could go out and get any type or style of quarterback that you guys could want. So obviously we know the pocket passer has been prevalent, throughout the NFL for a long time. The Tom Brady's, Peyton Manning's, guys like that I would consider pocket passers. Then you have the guys that were more of a running style quarterback, Lamar Jackson, I guess Justin Fields, you could say, is a running quarterback. And then the mobile quarterback, because you almost have to break it into 3 categories at this point. It used to be maybe 2 categories, but then the mobile quarterback,
scrambler.
Yeah, somebody that can scramble and run. So maybe a Josh Allen could be in the mobile. Well, Josh Allen runs so much
he's a runner. No, he's a bulldozer. He's like Cam Newton. He's a bulldozer. Allen, the guy from Herbert. He's a bulldozer too.
But Mahomes and some of those other guys that are more mobile,
Mahomes is more like a Steve Young type. Like he's like Steve Young used to be a run first quarterback, and then he learned to be a pass first quarterback.
Right. True. Yeah.
And that's what Lamar Jackson's trying to do right now, right? He was a run first quarterback, but now he's trying. Last few years he's been getting his pocket game up, and he does look a lot better. He's been hitting those passes, and that's what you have. People are realizing that you can't be like that in the NFL because you get crushed, you get hurt. You can't. Even Cam Newton, dude, 260 pounds. The last few years, you get crushed getting hit by linebackers and shit all game.
Yeah.
Thinking you're the man and shit.
So 3 styles of quarterback: pocket passer, mobile quarterback, or running quarterback. If you could choose between the 3, who you guys pick and why?
Well,
I think the Super Bowl, a championship
I think I was listening to you a couple of days ago, and you were like, improvisation is a very low. People don't really. It's low on the totem pole as far as when they think of quarterback, and I think it's a big attribute. Big accolade if you can improv when shit gets cracking. And I think I don't want a running quarterback. I'd rather have somebody mobile who can improvise. Somebody like the best one I could think of most recent, probably Aaron Rodgers, and he's a Hall of Famer. That's a lot to ask for, but
Montana type, Brett Favre type.
Yeah, yep, exactly. It is. Dare I say, Derek Carr? Maybe.
Well, Tom Brady, all of those guys, they all have that. They all
somebody can just move around. I mean, Derek Carr lost it towards the end. He had to go. All right, so I'm not even.
I would put Tom Brady in the pocket passer category, but that's just me. But
he would scramble. He could scramble though. He could scramble out. He could bootleg.
He could improvise. Tom Brady could improvise, but he also got the ball. He got the ball out right away.
If you're a bootlegger, you're a scrambler. You know what I mean? You're. I'm not saying he's going to pull the ball down and run for 15 or 20 yards, but he can get out of the pocket and make some plays.
Tom Brady was going to take what the defense.
I feel like Joe Burrow. For me, Joe Burrow is like right now. He's just sawing fools up. For the last few years, he's been on fire. And I actually see Aiden O'Connell's got all the throws too. Don't put it past the kid. He can make all the throws too, and that's what it comes down to. Like he just made a bad mistake with Myers the other night. He needed to throw that to the back home or not, so that way he was going to get it or no one's going to get it, And Myers didn't even look for the ball either. You could look; he's just running. If he would have looked, he might have been able to knock it down at least. He's just running.
Not even the same route. Yeah, not even the same route. They were totally off this different pages.
Yeah. So, mistakes are made. He's a rookie. It happens. I'm not mad about it. I like I said, the floor is losing with all of them. I want to see what Aiden O'Connell has. We already know what the other two got. We don't know what he has. And that's what we got to find out.
I like it.
Like you said, we got to figure out, like you said, these number 1 draft picks, right, are crap in the bed. O'Connell's was 4th, and he outperformed all of them, right? He's drafted in the 4th round. He outperformed them all in the preseason. I know it's preseason.
Yep.
But, we have to give the chances to the kid his reps right now, and then we can see what he's got. I'm confident in the kid. I think he could do a good job.
I do too. I'm gonna kind of stick with pocket passer, subject to change. I would like a mobile quarterback, but I just feel like there's a lot of risk, man. If you look back at the history of the last 10, 15 Super Bowls, you're not seeing the Lamar Jacksons, the mobile quarterbacks, win Super Bowls. Jalen Hurts almost did it last year, but there's just it's like maybe high reward, high risk, high reward, or something kind of thing with a mobile quarterback or the running style quarterback. I would rather have someone more of an Aiden O'Connell, but then can shift and slimmer their way out of sacks and maybe roll out and improvise every once in a while. But I feel like it's hard to break it down into the 3 different categories, because at what point do you make someone a pocket passer category, and what point do you move them to the mobile quarterback? Because to me, you said Tom Brady was mobile and improvised, which I agree, but I can't personally put Tom Brady, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but I can't put Tom Brady in the mobile quarterback. That dude, like, so many times the pocket would break down and he would just like slimmer and slime his way to the front and then somehow throw the ball and not get sacked. And I never understood how somebody as unathletic as Tom Brady was could be so slimy and like miss a sack, throw a dime, and then all of a sudden it's like, dude, how did he do that? And Peyton Manning had that same skill as well. So and Ben Roethlisberger at times, and Ben would run the ball a little bit, but you start getting those hits, man, over time, and it takes a licking, man, on your body. So
Ben's the difference between them and Ben is Ben was 260 pounds or something. So, and this
300, bro. You're being nice. He was like 300 with all his gear on.
So this is the problem, right? They want you to be nice to these quarterbacks and shit, and they weigh they're as big as fucking linebackers and shit. Hey, be nice to that guy. Don't hit him too hard. Like, what the fuck? He's 260, he's 270 pounds. How am I going to be nice to them? Just arm tackle him. Why don't you put a flag on him? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Anthony said Mike Tomlin, coach of the century. That's funny. He's only won 1 Super Bowl. He doesn't have a losing record, but the guy can't win another Super Bowl either. So that's kind of funny to me. You know what I mean?
Well, like, they're still running. They're still running that. What's that dude's? That dude.
Kenny Pickett. You know?
No. They're
the coach. The coach. The defensive coordinator.
From the 70s and shit. They're still using that shit, dude. They're still using that 70s theory. I can't remember that coach's name right now, but he's the best coach that they had from the 70s. I can't remember his name.
The defensive guy, I forget his name.
Yeah. That's what they basically use. No, not Norv. I can't remember his name right now because it doesn't even matter. But yeah, that's who they basically use. That's the
Antonio Pierce about to be the next Steelers, or what's his name? Mike Tomlin. He's about to be the next Mike Tomlin for the Raiders. I swear to God, they got the same kind of demeanor on the sideline and everything. They kind of carry themselves the same way.
Yeah,
I like it. I got good feelings, guys. I mean, Jesus, let's go.
I want to see Mark Davis dancing like he is right now in your corner of the video. But for the Raiders, when we win a Super Bowl, I'll take that shitty dance. I can't dance, but I'm just saying I'll take that dance any day if he gets us a Super Bowl win, dude. Yeah.
At the end of the day, if we win a Super Bowl, I'm gonna probably cry. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, when we lost the Super Bowl, I was like 10 years old, bro. I cried, bro. I mean, we got our ass whooped against the Bucks. That shit broke my heart. I didn't understand.
I was just dumbfounded.
That should have been Gruden taking us to that Super Bowl. That's a fact, guys. That should have been Gruden, man.
We won 3 years in a row, dude. We won 99, 2000, 2001, 2002. Right? We won 2000 and 2001, 2002.
We went like 8-8, lost to the Titans in the playoffs, and then
and then in the 99 we
championship game against the Ravens and Syracuse.
2000, right? Busted his shoulder. Right.
Yeah, Syracuse and fucking Rich Gannon took him out, did this WWF suplex on
on his shoulder.
I always hated Syracuse and the Ravens.
And then 0-1, we got to the championship game again, right?
Well, no, because then after that was, I think, the Tuck game, and we got fucked by the Tuck game.
Yeah, and then the year after that, we got rid of Chucky, but then we went to the Super Bowl. So that's 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
That we had a chance to win. And we got fucking shut down. which is harsh.
We had a good team, man.
We did. It was a good run, but at some point or another, we couldn't get over the hump.
I think we have a lot of the similar things in place now, though, dude. If you look at from our running back to Devontae Adams, we have building blocks, bro. We really do.
No, for sure. We definitely do. There's no doubt. We just got to get that defense sewed up a little bit more with the defensive tackle position, and another corner, get another good corner. And maybe, we still got some Swiss cheese on the team. We're still holes. We still got holes that we can plug up and get better position and get depth, which is what we need to do. If we get that, then we can maybe do something.
Yeah. I think we're close, though. I think we're close, man.
And maybe AP's got enough with it. It's not even going to be AP. It's going to be his supporting cast, the offensive coordinator that's going to come in, right? Because he's just going to be like Tom Conlon. Like we were saying earlier, right? He's just going to be managing everybody else who's going around. He's the coach, right? Which is what the coach should be doing. He should be making the game plan, and he should be getting ready to make coach decisions on coach day, on Sunday. Everybody, and overseeing what the coaches are doing. McDaniels was not doing that, obviously, because that's why the goddamn offensive line looks like it does, and the defensive line looks like it does, because he's not overseeing what's going on. And either he didn't want to go down there and fire anybody or crack the whip on anybody, or he was content with the way the show was being run down there.
Yeah.
And either way, that makes him negligent, because those are your people. Like Ziegler's right. Ziegler's in charge of him, but he's in charge of everybody else below him.
Right.
So, when everybody else is screwing up, it's on McDaniels. And then when McDaniels is screwing up, it's on Ziegler. And when Ziegler's screwing up, it's on Mark.
Well, and when Sean McVay went over to the Rams, he just kind of overlooked the offense and focused on that. And then he brought in other guys that he could trust, like Wade Phillips, to do their job, and they just handled the defense. So, there could be some change. If we I hope we keep Antonio Pierce, but there could be changes on the coaching staff. Maybe it's the offensive line coach, if he's not cutting it or something like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's going to be gone.
Yeah, he could make moves to go get guys that are not those Patriot guys that don't have as much experience, and he can go get some guys that have more experience that are better at what they do. And then, like you said, he can just project manage the team, how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and I think he's a good evaluator, and he's got good people over there that are able to evaluate talent, and that's what we need. We've been missing that evaluating talent for the draft. We've been missing, and that's important too.
Bro,
there's a lot of stuff that he brings to the table.
Not because we're not trying, though, Pizzle. But we had Mayock. He's supposed to be the fucking draft guru. We
people for 20 years.
We swung and missed, bro. It's just, I don't know, bro. To me, it's almost like the draft. The NFL is rigged, right? So I think the draft is rigged, bro. I think the draft is rigged with how bad of a luck we have in the draft. I don't understand.
We look at it that way. Look, I know Gruden probably had a big hand in a lot of the picks in the first and second rounds and some of the misses. I think Mayock was probably more of the later rounds. That's my at least assumption or tinfoil hat theory. But at the same time, I don't want to excuse the bad draft picks, but during the COVID and stuff, when the coach and the GM weren't able to see these guys face to face and have these personal interactions, I think that did play a factor. And not just that. Did you guys know there's two key things that, when I've researched drafts, that stand out to me? One is, what is the percentage of first round draft picks that even turn out for all NFL teams beyond just ours? Okay, so percentage of first round draft picks. And then two is, how many draft picks out of a 7-round draft do you need to hit on for it to be considered a successful draft? Did you guys know that if you can hit 3 players, maybe 2 studs, but if you hit just 1 stud per draft and 2 rotational guys, maybe a third one, that's considered a successful draft. That means you only have to hit less than 50% of your draft picks for it to be actually successful. You're not going to nobody's ever going to hit on all 7 rounds, right? Or all 7 picks if you have 7.
No, for sure.
But if you can hit on 3 or 4 of your draft picks, and hopefully one of those guys is a stud, maybe 2, that's a pretty good draft, believe it or not. So my point is, if you look at a draft where you get a Max Crosby, a Hunter Renfrow, and a Josh Jacobs, that draft, that 2019 draft was actually a really good draft. Now there was some other ones that are extremely questionable. I'm not saying, I know it's going to sound crazy or whatever. But like we got Colton Miller, right? In 2018, that was the first pick that the Raiders ever got. I thought he was going to be a bust. Most of us, if we were honest with ourselves, probably thought Colton Miller was going to be a bust. He actually turned out to be a really good offensive lineman. There's other ones like Leatherwood, the
gallery.
Yeah, we can go on and on with guys we've missed on. That's extremely frustrating.
Bruce
I'm just
Campbell.
saying the percentage that players turn out in the first round is like 10 or 15%, guys. Only 10 or 15% of first round draft picks actually turn out for all NFL teams. So your
it's very low.
Your percentage rate to hit is actually a lot higher in the second, third, and fourth rounds for a long term or a player that might end up being a stud. So I don't know. It just, those are kind of
and
some
I think that is, and I think that is too because money, dude. They finally get this paycheck, and then they're like, "Oh, I finally made it."
Yeah.
And they finally think that they finally made it. They don't want to do any more work. It's like, oh, it's all good. And you want to be successful. If you don't, then the work then you're just going to be content with getting your paycheck, which is what a lot of people are content with doing.
Fizzle out and be a nobody. Be just another.
Dude, why wouldn't you? You got a guaranteed $40 million. Why do you care? Or you got your guaranteed $9 million. That's generational money if you spend it right.
Well, that's what separates the Hall of Famers from the
exactly. But people got a ownership. But that's the problem, right, Nate? All these players, and this is the problem with right now, is all these players are making too much money. All the owners are making too much money. All the stadiums are making too much money. I mean, you go back to the day, the players had to go work 2 jobs, dude. They had to work a summer job while they were off from fucking football. They're selling cars, they're going to school. These guys now and they don't even take, the end of the game is sissified. They don't even take any hits. And when they do, they want a flag.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Pussy. Max Crosby don't look for no flags.
Yeah. It's like, the kickoff returns. No one wants to run the ball out of bounds. Why? I'll just take it. I'll just take it at the 25. They for the players.
Scary ass.
But like I said, we've gone over this. I think they should be looking those CT scans at draft before you even get drafted.
It's all a brand though now, Pizzle. They got to be careful. You know what I mean? I don't like it, but it's the reality. It's a brand. Everybody's got their own brand to take care of and to protect, and it's unfortunate. Fucking how watered down football has got. The sport I grew up loving, and fucking the hard hitting fucking savage heart Pizzle frozen. That's a funny picture of Pizzle right there. Man. Yeah, I think Pizzle's out. I think this is a good time to end it. Hardcore. You got anything you want to end it off with?
I'll just say, like, whoever's in charge, I hope it is Champ Kelly. I think he's just got that it factor kind of thing, dude. Going back, like I said, in the offseason and the interviews, and I would love to hit on first round draft picks and all that, but really, I just want to hit on 3 or 4 and have 1 or 2 of those guys end up being, like, at least one being a stud, and hopefully another one being pretty good or a stud. If we can get that out of whoever's going to be the general manager and our leadership moving forward, I think that's a good team. I really do, because I'm going to look at it from a standpoint of, I don't care what round the guy comes from. If we can get a guy like a Max Crosby in the 4th or 5th round, it might be rare, obviously, but you can get a guy like that. I don't care if he's 1st round or 4th round or wherever he's picked. That's a successful draft. And so I just want guys to where we look back and we're like, oh, that was a good draft, instead of us always scratching our heads, kind of being like, dude, this doesn't make any sense. So, but I'm very optimistic moving forward. Appreciate you guys for having me on. I'm Hardcore Raider. You guys can check out my YouTube channel. Haven't been doing a lot of stuff because I've been busy working, and I wasn't very positive with the previous coaching regime, but a lot of that has changed for me. And I got high hopes for the Raiders, and I just hope we go out, we beat the Jets, and let's make the playoffs. That's all I want. And let's go Raiders, man. Appreciate you guys. Much love.
One more thing. Hardcore final score.
Oh, score. I'm gonna go 24-17.
Okay. Yeah. Pizzle.
Raiders.
You got anything you want to end it off with, and then yeah, of course, Raiders. Yeah, 24. I got you. Pizzle. Any last words, and then give us your final score.
I think that the kid's going to show up. I think the kid should show up big this weekend as long as the offensive line could, hold down Quentin Williams. I think we should be good. And I think we're going to put up some. So I think we'll put up 35 this week, 35-38. So I think I think the score will be. I think the Jets will put up maybe 6, and I think we'll run up to 35 on them. 35,
Nice.
I think we'll run it up on them. Because I think we could have won all gas, no brakes on them last week, but I don't think Antonio Pierce wanted to disrespect the Giants organization last week. I think he wanted to be respectful. Because we could have kept going, dude. We could have kept going.
Yeah, they pulled it up. Yeah, my bad, Pizzle. Go ahead, finish. My bad.
But yeah, no, I just think that I think that it's possible that we could have put up even more points. And the Jets have a little bit better defense, but I still don't think that they have a good enough defense to stop what we're doing.
Couldn't have said it better myself, dog. Hey, I appreciate you guys, everybody that came through the show tonight. Hardcore, Pizzle, Dirty, Tim, my dog Ben. Get better soon, bro.
Yeah,
we'll see y'all soon, very soon, and y'all take care, and y'all take care of each other. Raiders. Yeah. Peace out, guys.
Love.
Yeah.
Later.
For sure. I'm gonna play this real quick. Let me pull this up. Hold on, one more time. Yeah, all right, guys. Peace.
Later.